sports talk and tune into Freshly Graded, where Will Peterson and Marcello Romano serve up piping hot takes and bold opinions with no filter and an extra side of sarcasm. Every weekday at 2 p.m. on the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan YouTube channel. Like and subscribe today at Denver Sports 104.3 and come along for the ride. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
Off and rolling. Here on a Thursday, May 28th, as we are trying to work our way out of a bit of a depression.
Out of a little funk.
Look ahead to the future. Find things to be positive about on a beautiful day in Denver, Colorado. What up, Phil?
Woo! What's going on, ZB? And it still hurts. It still hurts knowing that the Colorado Avalanche are done. I'm still healing from the Denver Nuggets and what they shown us. They shown us that they are not ready to try to take on another championship next year.
Not even close.
And something has to happen. Then you have the Colorado Avalanche that gets swept by the Vegas Golden Knights. So we're sitting here talking about maybe something happening with the Avalanche, and it might not be the players. It might be the coach, Jared Bednar, who's been with the Avs for 10 years now. So, Z, we're going to have fun today. It's exciting to be here with you, but I'm still sad, man.
Yeah, me too. And we're going to continue to kind of mourn and have those conversations as it's still very much a fresh wound. I do want to get to Nuggets here shortly. Payton Watson finds himself on a splash page of ESPN on a very short list, and some interesting comments from an anonymous Western Conference scout when it comes to how the Nuggets will operate moving forward that you are not going to want to miss. But before we do that, we are 5 days away, my guy, from the Broncos being back on the football field, like doing football stuff, not just strength and conditioning. We're going to see that pig skin getting thrown around, and we know no Bo Nix. But there's still things that we're curious about, and our guy, 9 News Broncos insider Mike Kliss, put out a piece earlier this week, 9 questions heading into OTAs. We did 9, 8, 7 yesterday. Today we'll do 6, 5, 4. Tomorrow we'll do the final 3 on a Friday. And the lead today is Q Robinson ready for more reps at outside linebacker? This is an interesting year for Q Robinson going into year 2. Not a ton of impact on a week-to-week basis, but actually did find a way to make an impact when the playoffs began.
Yes, sir, indeed. He ended up having 3 total tackles and 1 sack.
Yep.
And that's big Q Robinson for you. And what it's showing you in that playoff game, he actually looked really, really good, Z, is he growed. Right? He grew up during the season.
Grew, yes.
Yeah, grew.
Grew.
Yeah, I'm
Let's go
sorry.
with grew.
I'm like, I love to make up my own word.
Let's go with
Come
grew.
on now. So he grew throughout the season, and then, of course, showed out a little bit during that playoff game, having that 1 sack, 3 total tackles.
That was in the AFC Championship game, right?
It was.
Yeah.
New England Patriots.
Yep.
So for big Q Robinson, I'm expecting a big-time jump. Number 1, he's going into year 2. You're not a baby anymore. So now that you kind of have got a couple games under your belt, you feel a little bit more confidence about yourself. You're in the same scheme with VJ Vance Joseph, defensive coordinator. You're around a lot of great veterans that been there, that done that. And so for Q Robinson, you got to take that next step, and he will, because the confidence is going to be there. It's not like he's learning this system now. Now for him, it's like, I get to go out there and play fast. Knowledge equals confidence equals playing fast. So now that you know what you're doing and what Coach Vance Joseph wants you to do, now you can go out there, play fast, and have fun. Just play football. So for Q Robinson, who is not going to be a starter, so he's going to be a role player.
Yep.
So you put him in there a couple times on third downs, just let him go, pin his ears back, and try to go get some sacks. Get comfortable with being around Nick Benito and Jonathan Cooper, ZB. I can see someone like Q Robinson taking that jump in year 2, maybe having 5 or 6 sacks, coming from a half a sack in the regular season and a sack in the postseason. I can see him having 5 or 6 sacks. He was a 4th-round draft pick.
Right.
All right, so there's a vision for him, for Sean and George, and I expect him to be on that football field more this year than he was last year.
Yeah, me too. And goodness, you're saying 5, 6 sacks?
Yeah.
I would sign up for 5 sacks right now from Big Q Robinson. 6'4", 245. He's a specimen. But he was more, we knew, and we talked about this last year, we knew going into his rookie season that he was a developmental project. This is not someone who was a dominant player at Alabama. Not dominant at all. It wasn't extremely productive, honestly. Didn't really get to be a starter, if my memory serves, until his final year there at Alabama. So to see him actually get to the point where he was contributing in the AFC Championship game, that was really good to see. So we'll keep our eye on Big Q Robinson next week, 5 days away from the Broncos being back on the field. An interesting question that Mike Kliss asked in his piece for 9 News, will age become a factor? This is not a young football team. Now, their timeline, it feels like they're younger, but they're actually not. The Broncos have one of the NFL's oldest rosters with 10 players, 10, who will be 30 years old or older before the season starts. That is, man, I got to be honest, I didn't realize that there were 10 different guys that will be 30 or older before the season ever starts.
And you know what, Z? I can't believe we're sitting here saying 30 years old, but you're talking about sports.
NFL, of all places.
And so when you are in your 30s, you are considered old. The injuries start to stack up. They catch up with you. So, yeah, this is something that we should have in the back of our head, that we should be concerned that there may be a couple injuries that happen that's like, damn, we don't need that to happen to him right now. But this is why we must, all right, understand why the Denver Broncos decided to bring in Bo Lowry. This is why someone like Sean Payton is going through the OTAs like he is, letting them come in later, all right, not having as much time on the football field. There's a method to his madness, right? Like he's doing this for a reason, to keep these older guys, these vets that have played a lot of football, and it's not like they need a bunch of reps right now. They need to keep these guys as healthy as possible for a 17-game season plus the playoffs and hopefully a Super Bowl. And so we have to be patient with the Denver Broncos. Even during camp, there's going to be guys that are going to have vet days off, or multiple guys with vet days off.
Sure.
Because it's about the 17-game season. It's not about camp, and it's definitely not about the damn preseason games.
Yeah, and it's some of the most frontline guys. Like your starting left tackle is 34 years old. I mean, gosh, Alex Singleton, your green dot linebacker, he's 32 years old.
Starting to see them gray hairs.
Starting tight end Evan Ingram is 32 years old. Starting right tackle Mike McGlinchey, 31 years old. Your number one receiver until Waddle came, Cortland Sutton. He's in his 30s now too.
Damn.
This happened quick for a lot of these guys. And then the third question of the day that we'll ask is about Dobbins' health.
Yeah.
And this is going to be a topic of conversation until it's not. And I would imagine, with Michael Porter Jr., when MPJ got drafted to the Denver Nuggets, it was the number one topic with him. It came before anything, even basketball. And they kind of redshirted him, and then he started to play, and then he got banged up again and missed most of a season. And it was like, goodness gracious. But I remember it got to a point, and maybe it was this third year back playing, where he was just available every single night.
Yeah.
And we just kind of stopped talking about it.
I want to say 81 games.
81
I
games
think he missed
played.
one game.
Yes.
It wasn't because of an injury, ZB.
Allegedly, he didn't have his shoes. Good memory.
How the hell do you not have shoes?
That's what they told us. You're in the NBA. You can get a size 16, like just looking around the locker room. But it just kind of slowly went away with the consistency of just showing up every day, and that's going to have to be the case with Dobbins. It's going to be a topic of convo until it's not.
Oh, definitely. I mean, but if you're the Denver Broncos and you're the fans, don't hold your breath. You hope that the Denver Broncos have a great plan for J.K. Dobbins to stay healthy, but also knowing in the back of your head, he may not stay healthy. He hasn't been able to stay healthy yet in the NFL. You have to get somebody like Coleman going, R.J. Harvey going, and even someone like Jaleel McLaughlin. Do not be surprised, guys, if the Denver Broncos carry 4, maybe even 5 running backs this year. When I was with the Houston Texans, we carried 5 running backs.
Active roster?
Active roster. Now, some didn't play, and at times it would be like Rex Burkhead, you're going to play this week, and Phil, you're down. And I know that might be like the Patriot way, because That's what the general manager was from the New England Patriots, and New England always had a bunch of running backs. But at least 4 running backs may end up making this roster because you have to keep J.K. Dobbins healthy, and if he isn't healthy, you have to get these other boys going.
All right, we'll put a pin in that conversation, circle back to it a little bit later in the afternoon. Peyton Watson's name is front and center on ESPN today, but you may not like what one anonymous scout has to say about how the team will operate. We'll get to it next.
It's the ultimate showdown for a great cause.
Setting up the ultimate gold medal showdown.
On June 11th, Brandon Stokely goes head-to-head with Zach By in 100 Holes for Kids. 100 holes of golf. It's a one-day event all to raise money for Recruiting Classroom, whose mission it is to help kids play sports. Who will raise the most? That's where you come in. Pick your player, make your donation, and help kids win. To support Brandon Stokely, head to StokelyCares.com. To support Zach By, head to ZachCares.com.
Hey, what's up, guys? Zach here, talking to the fellas. If you've been wandering around the house lately, wondering why you're tired, foggy, unmotivated, somehow gaining weight, even though your diet is not that bad, guys, you might be dealing with low testosterone. A lot of guys just blame it on getting older, but let's be real. You shouldn't feel like you need a nap after tying your shoes. And if your workouts feel more like warm-ups, your sleep is garbage, and your sex drive is in the witness protection program, it might be time to get checked out. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, they use advanced medical strategies, TRT, GH peptides, NAD+, GLP-1, PDA, and more to help you get your energy back, improve your sleep, boost your workouts, shed pounds, and yes, bring back that sex drive. Guys, the appointment is just $99. That includes a medical consult, plus a T and PSA test. And if you start treatment that day, your visit is completely free. All right? They have 5 locations in Colorado to serve you. They've treated tens of thousands of men just like you. So call them at 720-440-7900 or visit them online at RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Featured therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details.
In a city full of choices, your savings destination is Groove Toyota, the oldest family-owned Toyota dealership in the Denver Metro. Over 300 new Toyota Tacomas, only $399 a month lease. Visit GrooveToyota.com. $399 a month Tacomas, built for the Rockies. Priced for you. Buy today in person or at GrooveToyota.com. Start here, go anywhere.
Closed and lease for 36 months with $32.99 due at signing. 0 security deposit. Unapproved credit. Call 720-961-4465 for complete details. Offer expires 6/126.
At some point, you stop calling it pain and start calling it just how I am now. And that's not okay. And deep down, you know it. I'd love to lead you back to the normal you, the one who is active and carefree. So let's get started now with an introduction to the medical team at QC Kinetics and their long-lasting regenerative treatments for joint pain. They're helping patients with pain from arthritis or injury in their knees, shoulder, hips, and lower back. And now they're moving, sleeping, golfing, running without surgery or long recoveries. The science is real. The treatments are natural. Your body already knows how to heal. QC Kinetics finally gives it the right tools. No operating room, no hardware, no watching summer come and go from a recliner. And now's the time, because the longer inflammation sits, the more damage it does. So this isn't a I'll get around to it situation. Right now is the right time, and the first step doesn't cost you a thing. QC Kinetics, better starts here. Schedule your free consultation by calling 303-900-8986. 303-900-8986 with locations in Aurora, Superior, Highlands Ranch, and the Springs. It is QC Kinetics.
I'm Rob Wilhite of the Wilhite Law Firm. A lot of new firms aren't even from Colorado, but we are. For 47 years, we've known Colorado law, we fought for our neighbors, and we won for our community. If you've been injured, call 303-GOOD-LAW.
Hey, it's Glenn.
And Tiffany.
Here with Denver Roof Pros. Denver Roof Pros is celebrating our 10th anniversary, serving the Front Range from Fort Collins to Colorado Springs.
Yes, we are. And there is so much more to Denver Roof Pros. We're not just roofs and gutters. Check out our family of services at DenverRoofPros.com.
No matter if it hails, rains, or snows, nobody knows your roof like the Denver Roof Pros. Hey!
Mike Rowe here with another fun fact. If your concrete is cracked or uneven, you can actually lift it back up. Whether it's a sinking driveway, a patio, or a sidewalk, do yourself a favor. Call Groundworks. I spent some time working with these guys. They're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to lift your concrete slabs. Schedule a free inspection with Groundworks, the foundation and waterproofing experts.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
For more than 2 decades, Denver Tech Builders has helped homeowners across the Denver metro area transform their backyards with custom deck installations and premium outdoor living solutions. They can help you too. Find out more at ddbonthefan.com.
What's up, everybody? Phillip Lindsay here. Reclaim your freedom to move, explore, and live life on your own terms. If degenerative joints are trapping you in pain, Regen RX's natural stem cell or PRP therapy sets you free, using your body's own natural ability to heal. Regain the freedom you've been missing. Get your totally free consultation today and see if it's the right move for you. Give my friends at RegenRx a call today at 303-630-9770 or visit them at regenrx.co. That's regenrx.co and let them know that Phillip Lindsay sent you.
Wait! Before you change the station, listen to this.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KRS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate your car at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Pickup is quick and easy. You'll also get a vacation voucher and a tax deduction.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Woodley's Fine Furniture, specializing in custom upholstery, solid wood, and the most comfortable leather furniture imaginable. You will not find better built furniture than at Woodley's. Visit woodleys.com today.
This segment on The Fan is brought to you by Homestrong, Colorado's foundation repair and concrete experts.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on 104.3 HD2, playoff basketball action continues as San Antonio faces OKC in Game 6, starting at 6.
Presented by Gebhardt BMW, your trusted family dealer since 1975.
You're listening to The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports, 104.3 The Fan.
All right, hanging out with you here on a Thursday. Can reach out and touch the weekend from here. It'll be here before you know it. Although our time on the weekends is like,
there's no time.
Well, it's freed up. I mean, from a sports viewership standpoint.
Yeah.
I mean, like, cause like when the Avs, like whenever the Avs or formerly the Nuggets, like we kind of like that's happening in our house. Like it's either
like sports with the kids or watching sports on TV.
Yes. So I'm either at the game or I'm sitting in my living room with that window of time completely carved out. So that'll get freed up, which in some ways will be nice if I'm just being a human being and being honest about it.
Pull out the Traeger. Pull out the you got the Blackstone.
The Blackstone.
You got the Blackstone. I hit you up the other day.
Well, here's the thing. It's still in the box.
Oh no,
brother! I won a Blackstone at the Siltahar golf tournament.
How'd you do that? Because I know you're not good at golf right now.
Dude, Siltahar Golf Tournament, which Mike Evans has graciously invited me to for a few years, you get a ticket, and the prizes that they give away are insane. Like this past year, I got a rangefinder.
You know what?
Those are like $250.
I was with you. It was you, Mike, and myself where we were together, and I hit that house. Mike,
yes, yo, that's right. You guys went back to back.
I'd be like, let's just go. Let's just drive away. Nothing to see here.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, but like I got a rangefinder, and the 2 years ago I got a Blackstone grill.
And it's still in the box.
It's still in the box.
Well, damn.
I have my Traeger. I just cooked some shrimp after I got off the air 2 nights ago with you. And cooked some shrimp up there. Cooked my ribs over the weekend. So I'm active. Like I've been activated. Yeah,
I love it.
What the heck are we supposed to be talking about? Oh, Payton Watson.
Mr. Watson.
Mr. Watson. So his name is front and center. They call it a splash page. If you went to ESPN.com today, there's a feature piece from Tim Bontemps, and they're talking about the short list of free agents, unrestricted and restricted. And Payton Watson is one of like the 2 biggest restricted free agent names in the NBA, along with Jalen Duren from the Detroit Pistons. And here's what Bontemps said. He said, Watson is one of the more intriguing free agents this summer, even though Denver can match any offer sheet. The 23-year-old fits one of the most coveted archetypes in the modern NBA. Versatile 6'8" wing, but retaining Watson and keeping the current roster intact would push Denver far into the luxury tax. Quick timeout. Who does this sound like? This sounds like me talking to you guys.
Yeah.
When I talk about Peyton Watson being the modern archetype, 6'8", can shoot it, athlete, defender, can create his own shot.
You said this all last Friday.
Correct, and it's everything that you're looking for. So when I tell you I'm watching Spurs and Oklahoma City, and there's two guys that strike me that they belong in a series like that, it's Jokic and it's Peyton Watson, and very few others, which speaks to the larger conversation that we're having this offseason. Continuing with Bomb Temps here. He said the Nuggets have never been big spenders, which is why the belief around the league is that Cameron Johnson, who's on an expiring $23 million deal, or Christian Brown on a 5-year, $125 million extension signed last fall, is likely to be moved to create enough room to give Watson something in the per-year range of those players. One point of concern is Watson's recurring hamstring injuries, which cost him a large chunk of the second half. Unfortunately, the injury came right after the best stretch of his career in January and early February. Now he says a Western Conference scout says, quote, they could easily just pay him and pay the tax, but we know how the Cronkies operate. That means sending out either Johnson or Brown, and I don't know where that lands. The injury stuff is a concern, but so is how they struggled without him, end quote. There's a lot here. What's your takeaway here?
My takeaway is they need to do whatever it takes to keep Mr. Peyton Watson in the building. And you talked about it last Friday. All right, it's the athletic ability, how long he is, the shot creating, defense, rebounding. He has gelled well with Jokic, and that's what you're looking for. All right, you bring in Cam Johnson. You brought in Cam Johnson this year to help out. Obviously, you didn't win it. You didn't win the championship. You didn't get close. So if you have to ship someone like Cam Johnson away to keep Peyton Watson, you do that. If you have to find a way to come up with the trade and trade AG away to keep someone like Peyton Watson, who's who's young, athletic, and he's your future, you do that. It's about making sure that you can be competitive and still have Jokic do what he needs to do in his prime and have Peyton Watson doing what he's doing, knowing that Christian Brown just got paid a hell of a lot of money and you can't move on from him because of the money that's tied to him, Z. So you have to do whatever it takes to keep Peyton Watson here. And you know who Peyton Watson reminds me of with the Denver Broncos and how his trajectory is?
Hold on. Who does Peyton Watson remind you of with the Broncos?
Just how he's
and his
over
trajectory.
Years.
Nick Bonito?
Nick Bonito. There you go.
Nailed it.
Look at you, mind reader.
1.5 sacks his first year. Was it 8 his second year?
Second year, yeah.
And then 13.5 his
13.5.
third year.
And
then 14 this past year.
And then what about Peyton Watson? Let's see if you're that smart, buddy.
Oh, gosh.
And I know it's his first year.
Well, we'll start at UCLA. It was three points a game. The least amount of point per game for any first-round pick in NBA history. Gosh, this has really put me on the spot. I don't know.
Just guess.
I'll guess his rookie year, I'll say 2 points a game.
3 points.
Is it 3 points?
It was 3 points a game.
I'll say his second year is 5 points a game?
6.
Okay.
So it's 6 points. So you're around there.
Third year, I'll say 7, 8 points a game?
8 points.
8 points. And then fourth year 14.7?
14.6, 14.7, depending on what you're looking at.
Okay, yeah.
So every year he's getting better, as we have already talked about. Nick Bonito, every year he is getting better. And maybe this year for Nick Bonito, maybe he goes for 16 or 17 sacks, right? He's in his prime. He's in a groove. And that's the exact same thing with Peyton Watson. And guess what? The Denver Broncos, they took care of Nick Bonito, just like the Denver Nuggets need to take care of Peyton Watson.
Yeah, man. Oh, wow. I like that analogy, first of all. I think that was creative. What I don't like here is that it's not even an open secret. It's just an understood thing that gets referenced multiple times in 3 small paragraphs from Tim Bontemps. The Nuggets have never been big spenders.
Yeah.
And so they're probably going to move one of their starters to get under the luxury tax. Again, who does that sound like? Me from 3 weeks ago. This is what's going to happen, guys. And then a Western scout saying they could easily just pay the tax, but we know how the Cronkies operate. It's just understood in NBA parlance, the setup here in Denver. It's unfortunate, but it's the reality. It's the harsh reality. But I agree with you. do everything you can. You can't let Peyton Watson, the modern archetype of the current NBA player, the guy that you're aiming for, walk out the door after you're the one who developed him from scratch.
There you go.
All right. Shifting gears here. If the Avs do move on from Jared Bednar, history says the organization will go a certain route. I'll shine some light on that route. Also, there's a telltale sign to watch within the next 24 hours that will probably indicate Bednar's future, and I'll tell you what that is next.
After a stunning defeat at the hands of the Golden Knights, are the Avalanche facing a similar reality as their Ball Arena counterparts?
Here's the stark reality. The championship windows for these two teams have closed. And so both teams need to move on to different coaches. Both teams need to shake up their rosters. The Nuggets have already shown that they're not willing to do that. Now we'll see what the Avs do.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
A family office is a team built to handle the three biggest financial responsibilities a family faces: wealth management, tax strategy, and estate planning. Most firms only manage your investments and refer the rest out, hoping everyone stays aligned. At Trajan, we built something different. Your wealth, tax planning, and estate planning are handled together inside one firm under one roof. There's no guessing whether your CPA, advisor, and estate attorney are truly in sync, because our team works together every day on your behalf. When your financial life becomes more complex, your advice should become more coordinated, not more fragmented. One plan, one trusted team. Call Trajan today, 855-TRAJAN-1. That's 855-TRAJAN-1.
Trajan Wealth, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Additional services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Additional disclosures and accreditation at TrajanWealth.com.
If the world were like a Sleep Number mattress, everything would adapt for your comfort. Because as your life changes and your body changes, Sleep Number mattresses adapt and shift to give you personalized comfort night after night. And now it's the final days of our Everything's on Sale event. Save up to $1,200 on mattresses. Our Memorial Day event ends Monday. To experience a whole new world of comfort, visit a Sleep Number store or go to sleepnumber.com. Sleep Number, to a good life sleep.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to Markdowns for Miles at AutoZone.
Thanks. Is oil marked down?
Save up to $15 when you buy 5 quarts and a filter.
And fuel treatment?
2 for $9 on Lucas.
Brake pads?
Marked down to free.
Free?
Get free Duralast brake pads when you buy 2 Duralast rotors.
That's several markdowns.
For many more miles.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
What if you had the most reliable, fiber-powered Wi-Fi and the price didn't change for 5 years? Thanks to Xfinity's summer savings event, you don't have to worry about that part of your future. Now through June 15th, get gig Wi-Fi for just $50 a month for 5 years with equipment and unlimited data included. No strings, no commitments, and get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. You're guaranteed 5 years of Wi-Fi that finds and fixes problems before you even notice them, like super intelligent Wi-Fi that keeps you protected online from threats. Plus, you can even try Xfinity Mobile free for a year. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities during the Xfinity Summer Savings event. Get it now at Xfinity.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions applies, requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account, taxes and fees extra. After 12 months, regular rates apply to mobile select. Xfinity internet required, speeds vary, use of fiber, coaxial cable.
You could sleep through the night without thinking twice. You could take a seat in the middle of the theater. You could drive without worry of where the next restroom is. You used to say yes, and somewhere along the way, you stopped. Not because of one big moment, because of 100 small ones. A little more urgency, one more trip to the bathroom at 2 a.m., one more mental note about where the restroom is. It happened slowly enough that it just became you. But it's not you. It's enlarged prostate, and there's a treatment called aquablation therapy, the only ultrasound-guided robotic-assisted therapy for enlarged prostate. Find an aquablation therapist near you. Call Aquablation Denver at 720-637-9567, 720-637-9567. That's 720-637-9567. All surgical treatments carry risks, and results may vary. Side effects may include urinary symptoms, mild pain, ejaculatory dysfunction, or infection. In rare cases, complications reactions to the urethra and rectum may occur. Aquablation therapy may not be right for everyone. Talk to your urologist to learn more. Visit aquablationdenver.com.
Stream Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, Dover and Cecil, The Drive, and all your favorite shows on the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan app. Powered by Advanced Tax Solutions. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 1.
There. So this is I'm speculating, but I think I'm fairly speculating. All right. I think a telltale sign to watch here in the next 24 hours.
Oh, there must be a pattern.
Is if we media members get an email about the schedule of an end of the season press conference. And I know that's like a nuanced thing.
Yeah.
But if they are scheduling an end of season press conference and we don't have Jared Bednar news, that likely means Bednar is not going anywhere. He is safe. We would get Bednar news before being made aware of an end of the season press conference 9 times out of 10, I would imagine. Now just to expand on that a little bit, because I'm finding this out in real time. Can you, Drew, do you mind reading that tweet that you just referenced? I'm putting you on the spot here, so just when you're ready, because...
Damn, you don't like my reading? My skills gotten better. I read to my kids every night. Dang it.
This isn't one fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish. Drew Spivak, behind the glass, go ahead and share what you just shared seconds ago to me.
Yeah, I just saw a tweet from Evan Rawal, who covers the team for the Denver Gazette, and he says, don't expect any end-of-season media availability for the Avs until next week, for what it's worth.
So that is interesting.
Yeah.
And just trying to gather my thoughts in real time. One, that's unusual. That's unusual. And I think it's unusual to the point where Evan Rawal is sharing that. He feels like that's noteworthy to share. When did they get bounced? Was it on was it Tuesday?
Would have been Tuesday, yeah.
Tuesday night. So to not have a press conference on either Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday.
And now you're going into the weekend.
Right. And then coming out of that is unusual. It's usually tighter to the end of the season.
So you think that they're kind of going back and forth, the people upstairs, the front of Sackett, Chris McFarland, right? Maybe Josh Kroenke. They're talking with Josh Kroenke right now. But they're all going back and forth on whether to keep Jared Bednar or to let him go. That's what it seems like is going on.
I think that's fair to speculate that's what they're discussing.
Well, guys, I have a thought. So we know now. I don't know how involved in this process Josh is going to be, right? Because it's with the Avalanche, it's usually Joe and Chris that can handle everything. I do wonder because we know that Arsenal, obviously their English football club, just won the championship. They're having their championship parade this Sunday. I wonder if that has something to maybe do with the delay. I don't know. I'm guessing, speculating, all that stuff, but I do wonder if that has something to maybe do with it.
Interesting. I don't know. I don't know what to think about that.
I kind of like where Drew's going with this because obviously Josh Kroenke is the one that has to give the go-ahead that you can fire the guy or keep him. And if there's a parade going on, Kroenke's like, hey, wait for me and then pitch to me when I get back. Pitch to me why or why not we should or shouldn't keep Jared Bednar. And then maybe they make the decision after that, or he makes the decision because he's going to have the final decision on what's going to happen.
Man,
you would think.
Yeah, well, he does ultimately have the final say, but in these cases with the Avs, he'll typically leave it, I think, up to Joe Sakic ultimately. But that is interesting. That Arsenal detail is interesting. I think it's definitely worth mentioning. But yeah, typically just doing this for years and years, and even just doing here in Denver with the Avs, when the season is over, if it ends on a Tuesday night, there's typically a press conference, not the next day, but usually on like a Thursday or that Friday, few days out, waiting through the weekend. I don't know. I don't know what to make of it. You know, I really don't. But I think it's something. It's worth something.
Oh, something's there.
But
something is there.
But I'll be looking out for the email from the team announcing the press conference. And if we get that email and there is no Jared Bednar news before that email, you're not going to get Jared Bednar news. And for Jared Bednar, no news is good news. That means you're coming back to coach the Colorado Avalanche.
Man, Jared Bednar, I can tell you right now how that feels. All right, I was with the Colts, actually, when the first time I got cut. And, actually got cut after camp. And the anticipation of just waiting there, sitting there to see what's going to happen to you. I went to bed. I woke up, 5 o'clock, I get a call. Hey, Phil, I need you to bring your iPad. Coach wants to talk to you. And I knew right there, that was my first time ever literally getting cut after camp. You can get released during the season and things like that happen. But pouring your heart out there and for them to sit you down and say, hey, it wasn't good enough or we're going a different direction, that sucks. And for Bednar, that's probably what he's thinking right now. What's getting ready to happen to me? And if you don't get a phone call, that's a good thing. But if once that phone call hits and you see the number and it's Sakic or Chris McFarland, your heart falls to your butt and you're like, damn, it's over. And you know it's coming.
Well, we'll keep an eye out for anything involving Jared Bednar in these conversations. We'll pass it along to you in real time should we see anything. I said if the Avs do move on from Bedsy, history says the organization will go a certain route. So the Cronkies bought the Avs and the Nuggets together. I think it was the same transaction along with the Pepsi Center at the time. I think they bundled them for like, I want to say it was $450 million.
It was $450.
They bought an NBA team and an NHL team and an arena for $450 million?
Hell, you could do that, huh, Z? I would have bought it.
Talk to a couple friends. We can get it together. I mean, goodness gracious, that is the deal of a lifetime. But since they bought the Avs in the year 2000, the coaches that they have hired mostly follow the same pattern. Tony Granato was a first-time head coach. Joe Sacco was a first-time head coach. Patrick Waugh was a first-time head coach. Jared Bednar was a first-time head coach. Joe Quenneville was not a first-time head coach. But in the Kroenke era of Colorado Avalanche hockey, and you have to know that, especially when they were initially that big window of time when they first bought the team, they were in a Stanley Cup window, right? The Avs had already won one in 96. It was a lot of the same core, and they were still hiring first-time head coaches during a cup window. So that lets you know they would, be willing to do that now. But of the 5 coaches that they have hired here in Denver since buying the team 26 years ago, 4 of the 5 have all been first-time head coaches.
And you know what, Z? It could be a situation where you have another first-time head coach with the coach over there with DU if they decide to go that route.
Yeah, David Carl.
But what I'm going to say is I think under different management when it comes to having someone like Sakic that's there all the time, Chris McFarland, I believe that Josh Kroenke is going to sit back and let them do their job.
I agree.
And I think when it comes to Sakic and Chris McFarland, they really do love Jared Bednar. They have history there. They know each other. They're comfortable. Everybody loves to be comfortable. And on top of that, Jared Bednar has one more year on his contract. I can see Sakic and Chris McFarland saying, let's just run it back one more year with Jared Bednar, and if it does not work, his contract runs out, and we move on from there.
All right, very, very interesting. And I have a follow-up on that I'll get to here in a second. Chris Sims did his annual quarterback rankings ahead of OTAs. Where did Bo Nix land? And we need to return to an idea at the quarterback position that makes even more sense than it did before. We'll get to it next.
Summer is calling, and we're sending you to the lake in style. Download the Denver Sports app to enter our Day at the Lake contest for your chance to win everything you need for that perfect lake day. You get 2 paddle boards, 2 chairs, a cooler, pop-up tent, and Bluetooth speaker. Oh, and did we mention you also get a $250 gift card to fill up that cooler? Download the Denver Sports app now and enter today. We'll see you at the lake. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Your roof's the single most important part of your house. Snow and high winds can damage your roof. Don't trust your roof to any fly-by-night roofing companies. Call the professionals at Golden Spike for a free roof inspection and tell them you heard about it on the Fan. They're a locally owned company and a Team Dave Logan member.
Call Golden Spike Roofing when your roof needs a fix. 303-942-1386. Golden Spike Roofing.
Pay what Ford and Lincoln employees pay at Siltahar Motors. Hundreds of new 2025 and 2026 vehicles, all at employee pricing. Savings of thousands off sticker, no negotiating, no games. The price is the price. Siltahar's been family-owned for 66 years, 4 dealerships under one roof, and a reputation built on neighbors taking care of neighbors. Shop hundreds of vehicles with employee pricing at sthmotors.com. Find yours before they're gone. Highway 36 in Wadsworth, Siltahar Motors. Get everything you want out of a dealership.
Dan Jacobs with the tale of two cousins. They were both in the same accident. One cousin said she didn't need a lawyer. And when the insurance company offered her $3,000 and said they would pay all of her medical bills, that cousin was very upset because she cashed that check. And when the medical bills kept coming in, the insurance company was long gone. The other cousin called 303-LAW-4040. She was offered $30,000. And when we said no way, the judge used scare tactics trying to get her to accept the lowball offer. That's where a lot of lawyers will try and get their clients to cave in, but not us. We said that's fine. We'll tell her story to a jury. Before we could even get up and walk out of the room, that case settled for $1.1 million. That cousin was very happy. The insurance companies work for their shareholders. At 303-LAW-4040, we work for you. You don't have to feel guilty about asking for what's fair. We hope you never need us, but accidents do happen, so go ahead, save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. It's 303-LAW-4040.
Looking for my friends at Roller Auction, leader in Colorado auctions for over 50 years. And they have one of my favorite auctions that's open for bidding right now that's ending June 3rd. A government fleet vehicle and equipment auction. This has SUVs, sedans, pickup trucks, utility trucks, dump trucks, police vehicles, trailers, various municipality equipment, and so much more. Open for bidding right now only at rollerauction.com. That's rollerauction.com.
At Smart Local 9 Sheet Metal Workers, they provide highly trained sheet metal professionals ready to get the job done safely, efficiently, and with pride. Their workforce is built through a comprehensive 4-year apprenticeship program where apprentices earn while they learn, receiving industry-leading training in fabrication and installation of HVAC systems, as well as HVAC service, architectural sheet metal, testing, adjusting, and balancing, welding, computer-aided drafting, safety, and emerging technologies. Find out more at smw9.com.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here on behalf of my friends at American Financing. How much of your paycheck disappears before you even get to enjoy it? Credit cards, car payments, medical bills. It feels like you're robbing Peter to pay Paul every month. But here's the good news. If you own a home, American Financing can help you make your equity into your exit strategy. They'll help you consolidate your debt, calibrate your budget, and conquer your financial stress. We all want to live without that weight, and your home's equity could help you do just that. Their salary-based mortgage consultants look at your entire financial picture. The average customer saves $800 a month. You may delay 2 mortgage payments, and you may close in as fast as 10 days. Guys, there's no upfront fees and no obligation. Free up cash flow for the things that actually matter. Call them at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at americanfinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
This Memorial Day, the best price of the summer is here at Elitch Gardens. Buy 2 season passes and get each for just $69.99. That's $15 off per pass. Enjoy unlimited thrills, splash all summer in the water park, and come back for unforgettable events like dazzling drone shows, kids' favorites like Blippi and Mika, dive-in movies, festivals, and more. Don't miss your chance to lock in the best value of the season. Get your passes now at elitchgardens.com.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here, and you can get a richer looking lawn with Rich Lawn. Using the organic-based fertilizer Rich Lawn Turf Food, you'll get greener grass and build your soil for a beautiful yard. And while you're at it, don't forget to check out Revive, the treatment to revitalize your lawn for deeper roots and deeper watering. Rich Lawn and Revive products are available at Home Depot or your local gardening center. With Rich Lawn and Revive products, you'll have your yard ready in no time.
Take KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. Powered by Regen RX. It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on 104.3 HD2, playoff basketball action continues as San Antonio faces OKC in Game 6, starting at 6.
Presented by Gebhardt BMW, your trusted family dealer since 1975.
Leading off with the big story of the day, here's The Drive with Zach By and Denver, Colorado's own Phillip Lindsay.
1 hour in the books. Quicker than a New York minute. Hanging out with you. That first hour did fly by, covered a lot of ground. I want to get into Chris Sims, a guy who I'm a fan of. He studies the quarterback position. He's uniquely qualified to talk about it. Has been in the sports media sphere for about a decade now and has done really well for himself. And he does his annual quarterback rankings around this time of year. And as we're heading into OTAs, it's a perfect time to take a look at it. Where does Bo Nix rank on this list? We will get to it here in just about 10 seconds. But first, guys, the ultimate showdown for a great cause. It's 100 holes of golf for kids. All right, me going head-to-head against Stoke. But in actuality, we're all working together to try to raise money for Recruiting Classroom, which is an incredible nonprofit here in the Metro that they help out kids, put a hockey stick in someone's hand that otherwise wouldn't fill, send someone to soccer camp that otherwise wouldn't, put a golf club in the hand of an inner city kid. They're sponsoring a boxer right now in the inner city that doesn't have resources but is very talented, and they're kind of fueling that fire. It's an incredible nonprofit here, and they do real work. Every penny of this goes to the kids, and I would love for you to support this incredible event that we're doing here in just a couple weeks. 100 holes of golf in one day. If you would like to support, even if you have an extra $10, guys, please head to zachcares.com. You want to support Stoke, go for it. Go to stokelycares.com, and those dollars and cents will go a very, very long way. Okay, Chris Sims, counting down from 32. This is what the top 32 look like heading into Bo Nix. Michael Penix Jr. at number 32. Your boy.
Where's JJ at?
He's nowhere to be found.
Yeah, he's getting ready to be in a battle of his life.
Nowhere to be found. Michael Penix Jr., number 32. Bryce Young, number 31. At 30th, Kyler Murray. 29th, Mac Jones. 28th, Joe Flacco. 27, according to Chris Sims and his annual quarterback rankings, Tyler Shuck. 26, it's Aaron Rodgers. 25th is Jacoby Brissett, your former teammate.
Jacoby.
24th, according to Chris Sims, is Geno Smith. 23rd is Cam Ward. 22nd is Jackson Dart. Still have not heard Bo Nix's name. 21st, Jalen Hurts. Does that sting you a little bit?
It does a little bit. Damn. Come on, Jalen.
20th is CJ Stroud. 19th, Malik Willis.
He's with Miami right now.
He is.
Has an opportunity to be a starting quarterback again. Miami is probably not going to be a good team, though.
Then you get to Daniel Jones. Still have not heard Bo Nix's name. 17th, Brock Purdy. And then at number 16, you do get to Denver's Bo Nix. What do you make of that placement from Chris Sims?
You know what? I'm okay with it, Z. Number 16, we're not talking about him being number 32. Like, he's climbing up, and he's doing great. Every single year, Bo Nix has gotten better. And I know he's young. But he's getting better. And he looked really, really good before the injury. And we can sit here and say until we're blue in the face, but I'm going to believe it. I'm going to believe it because I truly do feel deep down inside we would have went to a Super Bowl if Bo Nix was healthy. That's how well he was playing, how confident that man was. And now he's sitting at 16, having a chance to move up to maybe top 10 after this year. I love it because it gives that flexibility of like, hey, you're there, right? You're almost close to top 10. You're not there just yet, but you have a chance to do that by winning more games, continue to build off of what you did last year, being more accurate with the football. But now you have Jalen Waddle who's going to help you out with that. And, I like where Bo Nix is. Now work to get to that top 10. Bo Nix can be a top 10 quarterback in this league if he can do what he did last year, Z. And that's just win games, be accurate like he was at the end of the year, and also just continue to move. He needs his superpower, which is moving around the pocket, and that's why it's going to be so important for that ankle to heal the right way so that he can have a two-way weapon, right? Passing with his arm, but also using those legs because he is one of the faster quarterbacks in this league when he's healthy.
He is. Yeah, I thought this placement at number 16 for Bo Nix, I think it's very fair to have him over like a Super Bowl MVP like Jalen Hurts.
Watch it now.
Daniel Jones, he belongs over Daniel Jones. Brock Purdy, who's played in a Super Bowl. So think about that. Like Chris Sims has Bo Nix over guys who have quarterback teams to Super Bowls, who have won Super Bowls, who have won Super Bowl MVPs in the case of Hurts. I don't think it's like generous. I think that it's fair.
Yeah.
And the guys that are right after Bo Nix were Jordan Love. Would you have Bo Nix over Jordan Love?
You know what? I would. Me personally, Jordan Love wins. He wins. He finds a way to rack up yards. But something about him, it doesn't move the needle for me. When it matters the most, and you're with the Green Bay Packers, and you have a defense, you have an offensive line, some really good receivers, and yet you still aren't able to get to that Super Bowl or close to it, that's Jordan Love for you. I would have Bo Nix over Jordan Love because even with a head-to-head matchup like last year, Bo Nix won that matchup. Bo Nix found a way to beat Jordan Love. I would have Bo Nix over Jordan Love. I just think the ceiling's higher for Bo Nix than Jordan
Love. Dante, go ahead.
What I do?
So, Phil, would you have Daniel Jones ahead of Bo Nix? Head-to-head, Daniel Jones outdueled him.
I was getting ready to say that. I would have Daniel Jones ahead of Bo Nix. We have to remember, Daniel Jones ends up with the Achilles injury, right? Once he had the Achilles injury, the Colts went to you-know-what.
They were on a roll.
Phillip Rivers ends up being the quarterback for the Colts.
Still can't believe that.
Crazy. But before that, Daniel Jones was lighting it up. Over 3,000 yards passing, 19 touchdowns, and only 8 interceptions. The man was winning football games. I would have Daniel Jones over Bo Nix.
Really?
Because of what he did last year before he got hurt. Z?
RamosLaw.com text line. Get him.
Sick him.
Get him.
You guys don't agree with me? DG, ZB, what's going on?
I would take Bo Nix over Daniel Jones. I would. In terms of see, I'm a bit of a Brock Purdy believer.
Oh, you love Brock Purdy. He can do no wrong.
People just like we in Denver get frustrated with people not getting off their initial forecast or evaluation of Bo Nix. And we're like, hey, guys, snap out of it. Bo can play. I feel like I'm doing that with Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy can play.
Oh, no doubt. Brock Purdy can play. And he's athletic as hell. He's very accurate.
He is.
But also, that team has always been put together well by Mike Shanahan's son, Kyle Shanahan.
Isn't this team put together well around Bo Nix?
No doubt. It is. But you have a Christian McCaffrey. You have a Trent Williams at left tackle. All right, head-to-head with with Garrett. Who you taking, Trent Williams or
Bowles is all-pro level left tackle.
He is, but Trent Williams.
He's a Hall of Famer. He's a Hall of Famer.
All right,
yeah.
Kittle. At tight ends, we're still looking for our tight end.
Bro, we have Adam Troutman. What are you talking?
You just skipped over Evan Ingram, huh?
Kinda, but I believe in Brock Purdy a little bit more than most people. You believe maybe in Daniel Jones a little bit more than most people. I do not have a problem with Bo Nix being 16 on this list. And Chris Sims says, he's got the makings to be a top 10 quarterback, and that's the way that this is trending. And this is why I get so concerned about the ankle. And people misconstrue it as I'm hating on Bo Nix's ankles. No, I'm deeply concerned because he is so important. He's the franchise quarterback.
Yes.
And when you go into someone's body parts 5 different times, typically those don't trend in a better direction as you age. So I get concerned, but it's because of his status. If I didn't think Bo Nix could play, it's not that big of a deal.
So this year, do you believe Bo Nix is going to hit that top 10? Will he be a top 10 quarterback by the end of this year and not number 10? Let's go 9 or 8. I don't want to go 10, 9 or 8.
Probably not.
No?
I mean,
you got Jalen Waddle.
It definitely lives.
Court,
it definitely lives within reality.
We're talking about Evan Ingram taking that step in the right direction with Davis Webb calling plays. Everybody is back, so it's not like you have a bunch of new guys on the roster. Everybody knows what to do, what to expect. Bo Nix, he should take another jump for himself.
I mean, top 10 is pretty elite. I mean, it definitely lives within reality. If he can stay healthy, he does have more weapons. I just don't know what I'm getting with a play caller who's never done it before.
And that's fair. That's fair.
The offense has been mostly underwhelming. This has been a team that's been buoyed by its defense. So with the information that I have to the pointed question, will Bo Nix be inside the top 10 and he can't be 10? He's got to be top 9.
Yep.
I would guess probably not, but it does live within reality. And I would just say if we're at the end of this season talking about Bo Nix being, let's just say top 12, 13 quarterback, you can win the Super Bowl. You can do that with a guy of that caliber. You know who came right after Bo Nix on this list was after Jordan Love with Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
Right? And you can win a Super Bowl if you have an awesome roster and a quarterback like Sam Darnold. And that's sort of where I'm at with Bo Nix. You can win a Super Bowl with Bo Nix. Where he is in official rankings, I like having these conversations because they're fun, but it's secondary. Do I think the Broncos can win a Super Bowl with Bo Nix? Yes, I do. And that, I think, is my big takeaway after 2 years of watching this young man grow and play football.
Well, my biggest takeaway, and it's a hot take, and I know it's not Tuesday, it's a Thursday, but I truly feel like Bo Nix needs to get to a Super Bowl this year. Because after this year, we're all going to be talking about Bo Nix getting extended. And we always bring it up. If you're going to extend your quarterback and give him $300 or plus $1 million, somebody else on your roster has to go. You're paying a lot of guys right now. Zach Allen got extended. Nick Bonito, Jonathan Cooper was extended earlier that year. All right, you have Hufanga that's still on the roster. There's a lot of guys that are vets that are taking up a lot of the cap space.
It's true.
And you're going to have to move on from them. So now, just like with the Colorado Avalanche and the Denver Nuggets, I'm looking at the Denver Broncos this year. It's Super Bowl or bust. You have to do it now. And you brought up that stat, Z, I want to say maybe a week ago in year 4. Was it year 4 with coaches?
It was, you have to, basically NFL history says, unless you're a very, very rare exception, you have to win a Super Bowl in your first 5 years of coaching a team.
Okay.
And that's from Bill Belichick to Bill Parcells to Sean Payton in New Orleans to Mike Shanahan to Gary Kubiak. I mean, the history of the league, I think there's 5 examples of the third. You know what the stat is? 88% of all Super Bowl winning coaches won that Super Bowl in their first 5 years. There's rare exceptions like Andy Reid, who it was year 7 in Kansas City before he won his first Super Bowl. Bill Cowher was deeper, and he was the longest tenured coach to be with a team and win a Super Bowl. I think year 14, I want to say. But those are rare exceptions. Almost every example, 4 out of 5, is you win it in your first 5 seasons.
Oh, and Sean's sitting right there. He must win if it comes down to those stats.
And it matches because he's been here for 3 years, and Bo's got 2 years left on his rookie contract. So that historical benchmark, that 5-year window, matches up with the rest of Bo's rookie deal.
So you're matching that up, Sean Payton having to get to the promised land, get to that Super Bowl, and then also having to extend Bo Nix if he's that good, which I believe he's that good, and you want to keep him around for a very long time. So you're going to make that extension happen. And if you make that extension happen, some guys have to go. And now maybe your defense gets a little weaker because Bo Nix is your quarterback. But you know what? When you have an elite quarterback or a franchise quarterback, you're supposed to win with them. That's what our boy Patrick Mahomes had to do.
Oh, yeah, Mahomes.
Where he had to win without having a great defense. Now, vice versa, there's been times where Kansas City's defense has been better than their offense. So they have to be able to complement each other. In this case, the defense has been helping the offense out a lot. At some point, if you're a franchise quarterback that's really, really good, you're going to help your defense out. And I'm expecting that to be Bo Nix.
Here was Chris Sims, the impetus for this conversation. Chris Sims former quarterback. Actually had a cup of coffee in Denver. They booed him one Thanksgiving. They put him on the big screen. He said, "From my family to yours, happy Thanksgiving," and the crowd booed him. But Sims has done a nice job with his media career. He does this annually, counting down the quarterbacks in the NFL. This was him talking about where the list gets hard, actually starting with Bo Nix.
This is where it started to hurt doing this exercise. I would say this is the next two guys we're going to talk about where I'd go, yeah, they're here at 16 and 15, but could they be 9, 8 when the year's over, or do I want to redo? Certainly, because they got talent. I mean, Bo Nix,
here's a little bit more from Sims.
I like Bo Nix's game a lot. I think really what I'm going to tell you about what I don't like about it is really just youngness and rawness and just getting a little bit better and more polished and playing a little more football at the NFL level. Right? Now, some of the two is just hard with Bo Nix is just that, not a lot of talent around him on the offensive side of the ball. You're not blown away by the receivers. They didn't run the ball all that great there last year either.
Right. They're trying to change both those things.
Yep. And I would say, too, in the most respectful way, I'm not always blown away by Sean Payton's offense. Sean Payton's offense has all the things you want in it, has all the answers. But do I come away just going, oh, my gosh, it's so creative. Oh, wow. Right? And that to me is maybe why we're having a new play caller there a little bit too. So we'll see.
Sean Payton catching a bit of a stray there, but I have to be real. We've talked about this underwhelming offense for a few years now, and I think I kind of like the way that Chris Sims put it. It's like you don't watch the Broncos play, and there's some stuff once in a while that he just gets in his bag. It's like, okay,
for sure.
That was excellent. But in general, in totality, with the 2 years with Bo Nix, it's not an offense that has been inspiring.
No, and for Sean, it's been very choppy, right? Not as smooth as it should be, where it's like, okay, like he has a game plan where it's 3rd and 4. They're already lined up, ready to go. The play has already been put into the huddle. They're out. Bo Nix is scanning the field, making a couple checks, and now you're converting on that 3rd down. Sean wasn't good at that, and it looked like at times, and we all know this, Sean was calling the wrong play at times.
It's true.
It was very frustrating for Bo. It was frustrating for the receivers, the offensive line. They would question it at times. Bo Nix would get so frustrated you could hear him through the TV talking about, come on, Sean. So there's still a lot there to be desired when it comes to play calling or in having some rhythm that maybe Davis Webb can bring, and maybe he'll be a step ahead just because he has fresh eyes, he's young, and in his head he really wants to prove that he belongs as a head coach in this league at some point.
All right, here's a little bit more from Chris Sims talking about the clutch gene with Bo.
Bo Nix, first off, clutch as hell. Let's talk about that. No doubt. Arm is that's the one thing when I'm coming back that I would say is my number one thing. His arm is explosive. It's explosive. He makes a lot of big power throws. And then he can throw the ball really awesome on the run too, as we saw, right? Now, its efficiency is more about what the problem is with Bo Nix, and it's a little bit of all of it there. But these are things that you certainly can fix. And what I would say with Bo Nix, first off, is sometimes a little bit like Daniel Jones, where you go, wait, just because the Red Sea parted, you don't have to run. Right. You don't have to run. A little bit better pocket feel. Because there are times where I go, wait, there's a lane and he just tucked it and ran, and I want to be like, no, this is the perfect play versus this coverage, and you got somebody wide open for 20 yards right there. Like, I don't know if that was the time to run. Yeah, you got 4 yards, but again, you might have lost 30 right there. So I feel like that a little bit.
All right, so he covered a lot of ground there.
Yeah, he did.
He talked about Bo needing a higher level of efficiency. That's where I really agree. And you could swap out that word efficiency with consistency.
Yeah.
Right? And I think it's striking the same chord with Bo. Bo's highs, man, they're as good as anyone in the league. But you have these big pockets within games that it's like, what am I actually looking at here? The more that you can clean that stuff up, and it's totally normal, right? He's a young football player.
He's trying to find himself, figure things out.
And Chris in Monument says, Sims and Zach both refer to Nick as young. Dude is like 50. Okay, let's take it easy. He is a young football player by his NFL lifespan. Of course, that's what we're referencing. He is a bit on the older side, age-wise.
Is he 25 now?
Yeah, I think he's 25.
25 years old, guys. That's young. He's still considered not necessarily a kid, but a young man that's going to go through growing pains. And it's the NFL. And I don't care how old you are. It takes time for you to develop in the NFL and for the game to slow down, no matter how old you are.
And double checked. He's actually 26.
Oh, he's 26, so he's
Damn
old
it.
now.
Damn it.
You're right. He's old now.
He's
a
closer
grown
to
man.
30 than 20. I mean, going into year 3, it's not nothing to Chris and Monument's point. But yeah, that consistency, that efficiency, it just needs to improve.
It needs to improve. It will improve, but also everybody around him, they have to be better. Cortland Sutton has to catch the ball. Evan Ingram, when he has an opportunity, catch the damn ball. If we have a third down back like Tyler Bidet out there, catch the ball. Because a lot of times those players did not help Bo Nix out. On top of Bo Nix overthrowing players, which won't happen this year because now Jalen Waddle's in the mix. And why won't it happen because Jalen Waddle's there? Because of the speed, Z. You can't coach speed. You either have it or you don't. And when you have speed, it's easier to connect on those deep balls.
Well, we'll see how that actually, forms. When Sim says, I wish he would not run as much.
Now, how you feel about that?
I have to give baby pushback, like little T-Rex arms pushback.
No, push him. Push Sims.
So we watch Bo closer than Chris Sims does, right? It's in such dedicated fashion. We're in the trenches with this team, and he's covering the whole league. There was a lot of times last year where Bo Nix actually looked like a reluctant runner, and I don't know how this whole dynamic is going to morph post another ankle surgery. I genuinely don't know. But running less was not on my bingo card a year ago, given his skill set. That's just me.
No, look, his superpower, one of Bo Nix's superpowers is his athletic ability and being able to get out the pocket and extend plays and move with the ball for a first down with his legs. Right? God has given him that ability to do it. He needs to do it. Now, there's a time and place. And Sims is right. If you're setting up, the pocket is clean, and they're protecting you, the offensive line up front is protecting you, stay in the pocket a tad bit longer. Step up. All right, read it, and then make that throw. But if you do feel like you can scamper and get 7, 8, 10 yards and move the chains, you do that because now you force the defense to be more aggressive of coming down here and keeping their eyes on you, and now you can get more of the over-the-top plays to happen because now as a defense, you're like, who do we guard? Do we stop Bo Nix from getting this first down and we're dog-tired, or do we stick with the receivers and let it play out? So you wanted to have that two-way option, and so I don't want Bo Nix to just stop running. Be a little bit smarter with your runs. All right, set your runs up. But that is one of your superpowers. You got to use it.
Here's one more from Chris Sims talking about supporting Bo Nix and taking some pressure off.
They need somebody to take some pressure, and I think that's where Bo Nix maybe fell into the getting tricked a little bit at times too, to going like, okay, we haven't done it. It's been 3 and out. It's been 3 and out. Now I got to make a play. I got to do something. And it's like, oh, you tried to make a play. The play was there. Just run the offense, and you did that. And now it's 3 and out again. But I think anybody, you watch back their year, the offense was all over the place. The pass game was not consistent throughout. And yeah, there are games where you go, man, they can't do anything but throw it short. That's all they're doing. And then there's the next game where you go, man, nobody's open short, and yet they just had a few handful big plays down the field. But they go through some stretches of some, really underwhelming offense and pass offense during the year. And I would say with him, I feel like I might have watched more with him than anybody because I was just like, so on the fence, and do I want to bump him up, and where do I go here? Ultimately, this is where he lands.
Well, I think he's spot on with that evaluation of the Broncos offense, how like the boom or bust nature and so many short passes. And then you'd have some, like just massive over-the-top bombs like once every 3 weeks or so. But on a down-to-down, series-by-series basis, it's been disjointed.
It really has been. But now, this is where you lean on your run game. Lean on J.K., Coleman, R.J. Harvey. Set up that play action. Take the pressure off for Bo Nix that way. And then for Bo Nix, you got to complete these passes. You got to complete the deep balls. All right, because now it goes hand in hand. You complete a couple deep balls. It opens up the run game. You start running well. It opens up the pass game. And now you're having an excellent year because of that.
All right, if you want to react to any of that conversation, you can hit us up on the RamosLaw.com text line 303-713-1043. And also available to you is the YouTube chat presented by Champ Honda. By the way, Bo Nix turns 27 in February. So we're about 8 months out. I did not.
So he's grown now.
That kind of crept up on me, honestly. All right, the CU Buffs and CSU Rams kickoff times and viewing channels are coming into focus. Last night we witnessed something in Denver sports that is truly a one of none, and an unfortunate, horrible story out of nowhere this morning that we have to touch on. We'll get to all that in the 3 count next.
Parents, looking for a fun way to get your kid active this summer?
Are you kidding me?
Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan's 3rd annual Be a Mentor, Be a Fan Youth Football Camp is back. Brought to you by Walmart. Saturday, June 27th at Denver South High School's All-City Stadium. Your child, ages 8 to 14, will learn the fundamentals of football in a safe, hands-on environment from people who played the game at the highest level. We're talking former Denver Broncos Mark Schlereth, Phillip Lindsay, and Brandon Stokely, along with a trusted coaching staff from Denver South. And every dollar raised goes to Big Brothers Big Sisters of Colorado. So your family is giving back just by showing up. Sign up today at denversports.com/camp. That's denversports.com/camp.
What's going on, everybody? Phillip Lindsay here, and I know there's at least 50 of you listening to me right now driving down the street who are thinking about popping that question here soon. And if that's the case, then we all know you need a diamond, so let me save you some time and money by telling you something as simple as this. Whether you're starting your next chapter with your perfect diamond engagement ring, or celebrating a new milestone, or hey, just finally doing something special for yourself for once, this is where it's all going to begin for you at Williams Jewelers. Imagine the finest jewelry legends all in one store together, guys, making you feel just like family, and their service is going to reflect that. So come shop the finest loose diamonds in Denver. They have every size, shape, and price range you could imagine, and the largest selection of engagement ring settings I've ever set eyes on. And not only are they going to share the secrets of the business with you, but they're going to give you the best price in Colorado, guaranteed. So why wouldn't you want to create moments and memories for yourself and of course the ones you love by going to Williams Jewelers, the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche, Denver's first family of fine jewelers, located in Cherry Creek North on 3rd Avenue and also in Inglewood at Broadway and Bellevue. And don't forget to mention my name, Phillip Lindsay, when you step through one of those doors.
The right financial strategies can make a huge difference, especially if you're nearing retirement. Adam Mueller talks retirement strategies with Mile High Money. Saturday mornings at 8 on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Lunch was great, but this traffic is awful.
Can we stop at a bathroom?
Are you all right?
I keep having stomach issues after eating, like diarrhea, gas and bloating, abdominal pain, and sometimes oily stools.
Sound familiar? Those stomach issues may actually be a pancreas issue called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. Creon pancrelipase may help manage EPI. Creon is a prescription medicine used to treat people who can't digest food normally because their pancreas doesn't make enough enzymes.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy or rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you are allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon. Call 800-633-9110 or visit creoninfo.com to learn more. That's creoninfo.com.
I'm asking my doctor about EPI and if Creon could help.
Getting a little older doesn't have to mean, well, getting older. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic. And if you're feeling low energy, can't sleep, can't lose weight, are struggling with brain fog, or your sex drive is off, it's time to change it up. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, our advanced medical strategies featuring TRT, GH peptides, NAD+, GLP-1s, PDA, and more treat low T and other hormonal issues to help you shed pounds, have more energy, enhance your body composition, improve sleep, increase your sex drive, and so much more. Getting you back in the game again. So don't be older. Be stronger in the gym. Be sharper at work. Be better in the bedroom, and be more confident in every part of your life. So call us today and find out how our advanced treatment strategies could change the game for you. Your first visit is just $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on one of our advanced treatment plans on the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Featured therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details.
This is the sound of Jack buzz cutting his way to a small fortune. To Jack, every time he cuts his own hair, that's $50 right in his pocket. If Jack sees DIY buzz cuts as a saving strategy, Wells Fargo is right behind him. And with their mobile app, tracking his savings is easy. Oh, ouch. However you make money work, we can work with that.
Mobile carriers' message and data rates may apply. Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-292-4541 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-292-4541. That's 800-292-4541. What do you have to lose? Call 800-292-4541. Again, 800-292-4541.
You can't always predict what's next, but you can be ready for it in a BMW SUV. The performance-driven X1 comes built for every journey, while the X3's sporty design and innovative technology keep your drive connected. The X5 blends performance with a commanding presence, or make it even bigger with 3 rows of luxurious seating in the X7. For every road, there's an X built to drive it. BMW, the ultimate driving machine.
Gebhardt BMW, your trusted family dealer since 1975.
For more than 2 decades, Denver Tech Builders has helped homeowners across the Denver metro area transform their backyards with custom deck installations and premium outdoor living solutions. They can help you too. Find out more at ddbonthefan.com.
Hey guys, your boy Stink here, and if you're over 50, there's a good chance you're dealing with an enlarged prostate. Waking up at night, weak stream, all of it. Here's the good news. PAE, prostate artery embolization, is minimally invasive, done through a tiny pinhole, and you're home the same day. Most men who have PAE don't experience any sexual side effects associated with conventional prostate surgery. At Colorado Advanced Endovascular, their experienced team offers specialized prostate treatment with near zero impact on sexual function. Lakewood location, personalized care. Visit coloradoae.com.
Want to partake in our contests? Check out the rules at DenverSports.com.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on 104.3 HD2, playoff basketball action continues as San Antonio faces OKC in Game 6, starting at 6.
Presented by Gebhardt BMW, your trusted family dealer since 1975.
Every day at 3:30, the drive comes off the top rope to hit you with a 1, 2, 3.
Finally, the Rock has come back to Denver!
Tape your wrists, stretch your spandex, and oil your hair. Here's Zach and Phil with today's 3 count on the drive.
All right, let's come off the top rope with it! All righty. Let's jump right into this. We're going to throw you a little bit of a curveball here. Jake Shapiro in studio with us. Massive tennis fan. I know you're hearing like, wait, what? Tennis? We don't talk a lot of tennis. We don't talk any tennis.
No.
But something happened today in the tennis world that was shocking. Explain.
Jannik Sinner, world number 1, by far the favorite to win the French Open. Second round match. He had a 76% chance to win the entire tournament. Going into his second round match was minus 10,000 to win this match.
Minus 10,000. So you have to bet $10,000 on Sinner if you wanted to win $100.
He's up 2 sets, 5-set match. He is serving out, has multiple chances to serve for the match, and he blows it, gets heat cramps, and loses the match. Guys, this is a bigger upset than Buster Douglas over Mike Tyson, the Jets over the Colts in Super Bowl III, Appalachian State in Michigan, any of the 16-over-1s. It's actually almost 10 times the upset of a 16-over-1. This is one of the craziest upsets in sports history. It would be akin to the Colorado Rockies playing like a JV baseball team, being up 10-0 in the 9th inning and blowing it and losing the World Series because of it. It's insane.
That is a crazy story. Jake, thanks for filling us in.
Yep.
All right, there you go. It's good stuff there.
Man, I wonder how that man is feeling right now.
Gosh, I'm sure he's trying to comprehend what just happened to him. I mean, that is really, really unbelievable. Incredible sports story that we wanted to touch on next in the 3 count.
1, 2.
All right, Shohei Ohtani. I said last night we witnessed something in Denver Sports that is truly a one of none. Shohei, this guy, man. This guy, we've never seen a better player. Or, well, I'll say this. We've never seen a more impactful player. Ohtani still has yet to gather a lot of the, big picture awards, winning World Series. But he is continually stacking those, obviously. But by, his Wikipedia page compared to, I don't know, Ted Williams or someone like that, it's not going to stack up just yet. But we've never seen a more impactful baseball player. And he went full Shohei last night. He is the biggest unicorn in sports. He started the game with a leadoff 424-foot solo shot to dead center. I was watching this game. He then followed it up with 6 innings of no-hit ball on the mound, 7 punch-outs. He was pulled due to a pitch count, but the Dodgers took their no-hitter into the 8th inning when Tyler Freeman broke through with the Rockies, only hit of the night with a single to right field. Dodgers win 4-1. They sweep the Rockies, but Shohei, it's so unique. We've never seen anything like this, really, since Babe Ruth.
Z, I just wonder how that man feels. How does it feel to be on top of the world? How does it feel to be able to dominate, not just hitting, but pitching, and doing it at a high level all the time? And I know it was against the Rockies. Shame on the Rockies. Shame on the Rockies, but I was watching the game for Shohei last night. Truly.
Totally. And I actually took their over 5.5 runs, struck out on that one. But Shohei, Dante, do we know where he is in the Cy Young voting right now?
I don't know exactly where he is, but I'm assuming he's top 3. The NL Cy Young is a gauntlet in general because it has Skeens, Ohtani's pitching incredibly well. A lot of people are speculating that Ohtani's all right, I've won the MVP the last couple years. I'm going to go all in for the Cy Young this year.
Unreal.
And he's pitching well enough to win it. So we'll have to see. It's a long season. There's 4 or 5 guys. Chris Sale of the Braves is having a great year as well.
Sure.
There's a Phillies pitcher I can't remember the name of right now. He's having a really good year, but I would be surprised if he's not top 3.
Crazy, man. Shohei Ohtani. Just drink it in, man. Drink it in.
It's anything he wants to do, he's just incredibly good at.
I can't believe his body type. I'm watching him pitch and I marvel at it. It's unbelievable. And to see him swing that friggin' twig and launch 424, and then so he launches the home run and then he just gets right into his pitching routine. Just one thing to the next. It's unbelievable. I know it's not new, but from a Rockies perspective, watching it last night, it's just I just marvel at it and just honestly appreciate greatness.
Well, and for sure, and also the team. This is okay. This is what a great team looks like.
Yeah.
Right. For the Rockies, we're having fun. At times, we're enjoying what they're doing, although they're losing. But when it comes to the Dodgers and how stacked and loaded they are, and then you have unicorn like Shohei, it's fun to watch.
It's a blast to watch. Next in the 3 count.
1, 2, 3.
All right, we have 3 more game times announced for the Colorado Buffs this season. We already knew the Buffs were starting the season at Georgia Tech on ESPN. We found that out a couple weeks ago. But now we know their week 2, 3, and 11 game times and networks. In week 2, the Buffs are going to host the juggernaut of Weber State.
Oh, look at you. That's a
dub. Big dub.
That's a
big
dub.
Oh, yeah, that'll bring you 500.
2-0, baby. 2-0.
That'll bring you to 1-1.
Georgia Tech, Weber State, let's go.
That'll be on ESPN Plus, tucked away there digitally. In week 3, the Buffs travel to Northwestern, and that will be at 5:30 on either Fox or FS1. We're not sure yet. And then in week 11, the Buffs host Houston, and that'll be on a Friday night on ESPN at 8:15 here locally. So far, 3 of the 4 games announced are on national television still.
And that's the prime effect still. People still want to watch the Colorado Buffaloes. They still want to watch Coach Prime, whether they want him to succeed or fail. People are going to tune in. So hopefully this year, the Buffs can give everybody what they want, the riders what they want. And that's a little bit more success, Z.
You said the riders?
The riders.
You guys are riding, there's no doubt.
Oh.
And then for the what I believe is going to be the more relevant football program here in the
here you go.
Great state of Colorado, CSU.
Hey, look at the hope over there. I believe.
So their schedule has been coming out, and they're going to have a BYU on CBS.
That's going to be tough.
That's like a big boy stage. That's network television.
Is BYU paying them to play?
It's a money game.
So.
The rest of the CSU schedule, a lot of it is going to be on the CW USA Network, CBS Sports Network, but they do have that big one on network television. That'll actually be at CSU, BYU coming to CSU. And then I am looking at the rest of it. That's basically it in terms of, unless they make to the Pac-12 championship, which Jim Mora did say that's where this thing is headed. You know, I was at the was it the Rocky Mountain Showdown where they introduced him on the basketball side of things, and he came out there and he grabbed that microphone and he said, "We're going to the Pac-12 championship next year."
Jim Mora is a hell of a coach.
He is.
And he beat me up a bunch of times when he was with UCLA. So, I mean, he wins. He knows how to build teams. So I'm not going to put it past this man getting to a Pac-12 championship.
All right, we'll see what it actually looks like. You can go check those schedules out online. Nearly all of it is out for CSU. On the CU side, just slowly leaking out. All right, Von Miller, your former teammate.
DJ Von the Dome.
He is doing a full court press effort to get back to Denver, Colorado. We'll tell you what he said next.
It's the ultimate showdown for a great cause.
Setting up the ultimate gold medal showdown.
On June 11th, Brandon Stokely goes head-to-head with Zach Bai in 100 Holes for Kids. 100 holes of golf. It's a one-day event all to raise money for Recruiting Classroom, whose mission it is to help kids play sports. Who will raise the most? That's where you come in. Pick your player, make your donation, and help kids win. To support Brandon Stokely, head to StokelyCares.com. To support Zach Bai, head to ZachCares.com.
Your medication for enlarged prostate is working. That's what you tell yourself. You're up 3 times a night instead of 5. The urgency is manageable. The stream's not great, but it's fine. That's the problem. Fine. Enlarged prostate, or BPH, doesn't pause because the medication takes the edge off. The prostate keeps growing. The bladder keeps working harder. And over time, those changes can be harder to reverse. But surgery? Not for you, right? Aquablation is not the surgery you're picturing. It's the only ultrasound-guided, robotic-assisted therapy for enlarged prostate. Don't wait until things become unbearable. Find an Aquablation urologist near you. Call Aquablation Denver at 720-637-9567. 720-637-9567. That's 720-637-9567. All surgical treatments carry risks and results may vary. Side effects may include urinary symptoms, mild pain, ejaculatory dysfunction, or infection. In rare cases, complications to the urethra and rectum may occur. Aquablation therapy may not be right for everyone. Talk to your urologist to learn more. Visit aquablationdenver.com.
This is a test of the emergency alert system. This has been a test of the emergency alert system.
Stoker for my friends at Roller Auction, leader in Colorado auctions for over 50 years. And they have one of my favorite auctions that's open for bidding right now that's ending June 3rd, a government fleet vehicle and equipment auction. This has SUVs, sedans, pickup trucks, utility trucks, dump trucks, police vehicles, trailers, various municipality equipment, and so much more. Open for bidding right now only at rollerauction.com. That's rollerauction.com.
The AutoNation Flash Sale is on. For 1 week only, drive new and used cars with 0 down, plus 0 payments all summer long. We'll even buy your car and pay you top dollar on the spot. Don't miss it. Save on your favorite makes and models. 0 down plus 0 payments all summer long. Go to your nearest AutoNation now. Less stress, more go. Appraisal subject to verification. 90 days to first payment on approved credit. Interest accrues from date of purchase. See store for details. Expires 5/31/26.
Hey, it's Zach Bai here for 5280 Exteriors, your siding, windows, decking, and roofing specialist. During the month of May, 5280 Exteriors are offering you $1,000 off a new project. 5280 Exteriors, the altitude of quality.
If the world were like a Sleep Number mattress, everything would adapt for your comfort. Because as your life changes and your body changes, Sleep Number mattresses adapt and shift to give you personalized comfort night after night. And now it's the final days of our Everything's on Sale event. Save up to $1,200 on mattresses. Our Memorial Day event ends Monday. To experience a whole new world of comfort, visit a Sleep Number store or go to sleepnumber.com. Sleep Number, to a good life sleep.
Liberty Mutual customized this song for you. Like your car insurance, it's custom too, yeah. Liberty Mutual's got the coverage that could save you money. Thanks to Doug and Limu, right now you can go and take that cruise. Liberty, 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 yeah.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here. On behalf of my friends at American Financing, are you living paycheck to paycheck, feeling like there's no light at the end of the tunnel? If you're a homeowner, there is a way out. Everything is more expensive right now. Groceries, gas, the things you buy on a regular basis, and it all adds up. American Financing is helping people just like you every single day. They're not going to judge you. They're here to help you. Their salary-based mortgage consultants will look at your entire financial picture, not just your credit card debt. The average customer saves $800 a month, and you may even delay 2 mortgage payments. Plus, there are no upfront fees, guys, and there is never an obligation. So stop financing your past and start funding your future. Pick up the phone and call American Financing at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at americanfinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
One-wheel Broncos talk. Cecil Lammy and Andrew Mason bring the heat on Orange and Blue Today. The most passionate intelligence and in-depth Broncos coverage in the game. Weekdays at 5 p.m. on the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan YouTube channel. Hit subscribe at Denver Sports 104.3 and never miss another take. Orange and Blue Today, powered by Ramos Law, official injury law firm partner of the Denver Broncos. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
Von Miller doing a full court press effort. Man, Von, he can't quit the Denver Broncos.
He's applying pressure.
He's applying pressure.
He's like me. He's like me with my wife. She can say no a million times. I'm still coming back at it at some point. I'm never giving up.
Oh my gosh, dude. This guy, your former teammate. Now, he's done a lot of this, and I've told you how I feel like you do it for a third, fourth, time, it just becomes kind of cringeworthy.
Mm-hmm.
But he really did the full court press. In a way, he's mentioned stuff before. I want to come back. Hey, I asked George Payton, is there room for me? And this and that. But he was doing a Von's Vision event, and he said, it still feels like home. Whenever I see the mountains, whenever I see the environment, right when I land, it doesn't feel like I left. So I would love to finish my career here, would love to come back and be a Denver Bronco and have Von's Vision days and Von Vision events. Obviously, I wouldn't play special teams. That's a quote. He said, but I will say the type of room that we would have, outside linebackers, me, Nick Benito, we would be a force. Whatever coach that we have going on, I would just contribute to that. The defense that we will have. I would love to bring back those Super Bowl 50 vibes. I would love to assist and be a vice president to Bo Nix and Cortland Sutton. He says, I've been the guy, and I've also been the vice president as well. I would love to contribute to us getting back to the glory land and holding up that trophy and confetti falling again. For me, my whole entire life, I've helped our guys be the best version of themselves, and I would love to do that back with the Broncos back home, end quote.
Sign me up.
Sign you up.
Come on, DJ Von the Don, come on home. He said he wants those glory days back. He wants to help the Denver Broncos get to a Super Bowl, maybe have a couple 5280 parties. Maybe I'll be able to get into one.
Oh, man.
Come on, man, let me in.
Man, oh, man. Partying, that is not an issue for Von.
Oh, no.
That box is checked.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, he's going to be ready to do that.
I've asked you this before. I'll ask you it again. Does it make sense on any level?
When you look at the roster and how it's constructed, no. Von is older. It's the past, and you're trying to move on. But, it's not going to hurt to add another guy to the mix, another vet. somebody that like everybody loves. It comes to jerseys, everybody's going to dust off the 58 jerseys and
that's
bring
for
it back.
sure.
So now you're even bringing in more money so that you can pay Bo Nick, Z. You got to be smart with it. Bring back 58. And then when he's done and he retires, you retire his jersey too.
Well, that's definitely going to happen.
In TD. TD needs his jersey retired too.
I agree with that as well. I agree with that as well.
At some point, it has to happen.
Yeah, I agree. It's so far in the rearview mirror. Like, Von Miller's played for like 4 teams since he's played for the Broncos.
Yes.
Super Bowl 50 was a decade plus ago. And I think that it just doesn't make sense on any level. Like, none. One, we already talked about it. This is one of the oldest teams in the NFL. You're going to add one of the oldest players in the NFL to it?
You might as well, Z.
I can't co-sign it.
He had 9 sacks last year.
That is actually, like, unbelievable. The fact that he got to the quarterback 9 different times last year.
And the Commanders weren't a good team last year.
They were not.
So 9 sacks, and you're telling this man on third downs, at times we want you to go in there, rust the passer, come up with your dance. Bring him back, Z.
But you also know in your heart of hearts why it also doesn't make sense.
I don't know what you're talking about here.
Von is a great hang, great time.
He's fun.
Super fun.
He's going to back his teammates.
You're
not looking for him to be a leader.
No.
Right? He's not going to be a leader for you.
No.
But you know what? That's probably when he's going to be at his best. He's just focusing on himself.
Yeah, and maybe there's some sense to that. But I remember, and I shared this years ago, Von's last year, it was one of the goals of the coaching staff was to keep him away from the young players. And that is an unusual goal.
Yeah, shock Colorado.
That is an unusual
Come on,
goal.
Von.
And I just think it just the ship has sailed. It was a great career here, like an all-time legendary moment. Like Super Bowl 50, it will never be forgotten. But I just think it doesn't make any sense. And I mean, he's literally lobbied to George Payton. He has said that. And
he wants to be here. He wants to retire here,
yeah,
which he will.
He'll do the one-day
like
contract.
Justin Simmons did.
That's right.
All right, I got a question. So what if this is your God, the great Jokic? What if Jokic at some point, as he gets older, moves on? All right, he's just not the same version of himself. He moves on. And then he starts to lobby to come back to the Denver Nuggets for maybe one more year. He's like, hey, I want to be back here one more year. I'm going to retire. What would you say about that?
Are the Denver Nuggets in a championship window?
They're like the Broncos.
So
championship window. Yep,
yeah.
Just like the Broncos.
Probably not. It would have to check like a bunch of boxes.
I know that hurts you saying that.
Yeah, I mean, if you're in a legitimate championship window and your roster construction is like of the utmost importance, and he's taking a spot that would otherwise be taken by someone who like.
But it's Jokic. It's Jokic, and maybe at that time, Jokic is the only one who has brought us a championship.
Right.
He'll probably come off the bench.
Right, and that would be the case for Von, right?
Yes.
I don't think, especially during a championship window, like if you're not in a title window and you're trying to sell tickets or jerseys and be nostalgic, then do what you need to do, right? But if you're in a championship window, I just don't think you construct your roster based off sentiment, and that to me is what adding Von Miller to a 2026 Denver Broncos team would represent. It would be more about sentiment, and I think that the Broncos have clearly, like, if they wanted him back, I mean, he'd walk from wherever he is back to Denver, and yeah. I just think that door is closed. I think it'll reopen with a one-day signing. They'll put him in the Ring of Fame, and all that stuff is deserved, of course. It's obvious, but I just don't think that You're serious.
I'm dead serious.
You would take Von Miller back.
I would take Von Miller back, but here's the thing with that. I'm not going to sign him back right now. This would be, you get to camp, something happens to one of your young players, let's just say like Q Robinson, right? Like you're expecting him to play a little bit more. He gets hurt. Knock on wood, I don't want anybody getting hurt. You got to go out there and get a vet. Why not go and get someone like Von Miller now? Vet minimum. He could come in there. He had 9 sacks last year. Everybody would love that. You have Nick Benito saying that he would love for him to be in the locker room. We probably know why, but you want him there anyway. Okay? And it's like, hey, it's everybody wins. You get something out of it.
They have masterfully constructed this culture. and I don't think you mess with it.
DJ Von the Don.
And I'll just leave it at that. And there's been legal stuff.
Don't we need some bad boys in here? A little bit of naughty.
Nope.
That's something that they were missing. A little grit, a little naughty.
The Halloween parties would be off the chain again.
They would.
700-person Halloween party.
All right, what if
What
you're
could go
invited
wrong?
this time, Z?
What's that?
What if DJ Vaughn invites you? Can he come? Can he come back on the team?
There's no question.
Okay.
There's no question. All right. We're not loving the whispers about what's next for Cale Makar. We'll have that conversation next.
After a stunning defeat at the hands of the Golden Knights, are the Avalanche facing a similar reality as their Ball Arena counterparts?
Here's the stark reality. The championship windows for these two teams have closed. And so both teams need to move on to different coaches. Both teams need to shake up their rosters. The Nuggets have already shown that they're not willing to do that. Now we'll see what the Avs do.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Running a small business means juggling a lot. Your network has to handle it all. That's where a fiber-only provider falls short. You deserve a partner who gives you a greater advantage. Introducing the Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A first-ever combination of the largest, fastest fiber-powered network, the most reliable Wi-Fi, gig speeds with equipment and security included, and a 5-year price lock. Plus, it's all backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. The Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A new standard for small business with reliability, security, and savings in one. When you add it all up, no one does business like Comcast Business.
Switch today. Get started for $60 a month for 12 months when you add an advanced solution to a qualifying internet package. Limited time offer. New customers only. Requires 300 megabits per second internet, security edge, and additional qualifying service. 1-year agreement, paperless billing, and autopay with bank account required. Taxes and fees extra. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA Fixed Broadband Experience Report, May 2025.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first, on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home for you so you attract the right buyers. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
Hey, it's Mike Evans. Let's talk about your hair. If you're losing it and desire it back, then do what I did and go see Dr. Tanya Pauls at Advanced Hair Restoration. Their simple one-day treatment offers life-changing results that I can personally attest to. Guys, it's not magic, but close to it. They put hair where you need it the most, and bam, it grows. It's actually science. Advanced Hair has it all. Top-rated Dr. Tanya Pauls, modern technology, and best of all, you get your very own natural hair that begins regrowing the very next day. Advanced Hair even guarantees it to grow for life. So schedule your free consultation today. Call 720-459-HAIR and you'll get $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. That's 720-459-HAIR. Advanced Hair is the winner of Westward's Best of Denver, and they've changed tens of thousands of lives, including mine. Become inspired with the before and afters at advancedhair.com. That's advancedhair.com.
Performance matters in intimate moments. Don't let ED ruin them. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and I want to assure you that if you're like the vast majority of guys, you don't have to suffer with ED anymore. In fact, you might be pleasantly surprised at how the right treatments could positively impact your love life. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, our advanced medical therapies go far beyond pills. We have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases, and we offer specific and combinative treatments that can dramatically enhance both your performance and your stamina. You could even last up to an hour or more and bring a far greater level of intimacy to both you and the one you love, perhaps performing like you haven't in years. So call us today and find out why our advanced treatment strategies offer so much more. Your first visit is just $99 and gets you blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, advanced medical science to improve men's lives.
For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you are not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call the 24-hour victim helpline at 877-MAD-HELP or visit mad.org.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan's brought to you by Williams Jewelers, the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. Powered by Regen RX. It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on 104.3 HD2, playoff basketball action continues as San Antonio faces OKC in Game 6, starting at 6.
Presented by Gebhardt BMW, your trusted family dealer since 1975.
You're listening to The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, rolling right along, halfway home here on a Thursday. We're not loving the whispers about what's next for Cale Makar. Elliot Friedman, kind of like the Ian Rappaport of the NHL, he speculates that Cale Makar could miss the start of next season because of the significance of his injury. We've kind of speculated about this, and this is just further speculation, but from an incredible source.
Yeah.
We've sort of like whispered about this, behind the scenes, off the air here. We don't know exactly what the injury is. I'm curious what your guess would be if it would prevent him from being active months and months from now. That would feel like a big boy surgery.
Yeah, it's a huge surgery. And we know hockey guys are tough, and they go through injuries. Even that cup year, 2022, where the Avs win the cup, I mean, there was a lot of guys coming out with these major injuries saying, I was playing through them. Like, that's just what they do. We know Kel has been hurt for a very long time. We know that he's been dealing with a major injury, and that's why he didn't play in the first 2 games of the Vegas Golden Knights series. And to be honest with you, if the Avalanche were winning and they won both those games, I don't think we see Kel in Game 3 because he's sitting here telling himself, okay, my guys got it. I don't need to rush back. I'm dealing with a serious injury. I'm going to let it rest until we can get to that next round, which would be the final. That didn't happen. Kel has to rush back, and he played, but he didn't play like the Cale Makar we know. And see, I think he's dealing with both, the lower body and upper body, but I truly think it's the shoulder.
Yeah,
that's
I think
messing
so. Yeah,
with him.
I think so too.
And if you remember during that last game, Game 4, he takes a shot and then he kind of winces with, goes to his stomach area and holds his shoulder because maybe it popped out and he popped it back in. Who knows? I'm speculating.
Yeah.
But I definitely think it's a shoulder that he's dealing with that now he may have to go under the knife, get it fixed, get it repaired, and he's going to miss time.
Yeah, man, this is not good. And it obviously comes in an offseason where he's basically going to get a blank check from the organization.
He's going to get the bag.
My guess is, if I had to guess, it's like a torn rotator cuff. Mm-hmm. Something like that. It can't be just like a sprain, right? If it was like a sprained AC joint or even like a hairline fracture on your collarbone, I don't
heal.
Yeah, I don't think that would prevent him from not starting the season. Not good. I mean, just not good. Not good. And then there's also I just have to ask this, and in no way, shape, or form am I saying don't sign Cale Makar. I would never say that. He's the best two-way defenseman in the world and maybe the best we've ever seen. I mean, comp to Bobby Orr. Doesn't get much better. But what will signing Cale Makar up for around $20 million do to the rest of this roster? I mean, it's really going to be a topic of conversation here moving forward.
It really is. It's going to come down to, do you have 3 guys on major contracts? And we're talking about Netches, Nathan McKinnon, of course, and then now Cale, right? And we talked about it yesterday. Nathan McKinnon's making $12.5 million. Netches just signed for $11.5 million, and that hasn't even kicked in yet.
Correct.
And then you just got done explaining how Cale may end up making $20 million a year, which, man, sign me up for that. You have 3 guys on major contracts. I don't know how that's going to look. And this is why I talked about it yesterday, Z, where maybe you do make another shakeup. And you said they already made the shakeup by bringing Netches here, but maybe you reshake it up. And maybe someone like Netches is out the door because you want to make sure your books are clean so that you can pay Cale and also maybe get a couple other guys to help this cup run out next year.
Well, here is a not so little fun fact that I would imagine a lot of people are going to hear for the first time right now.
Only here on the Fan, huh?
Only here on the Drive.
On the Drive.
No team yet, because I think this will change, but no team yet in NHL history has won a Stanley Cup when someone is making more than $10 million.
Say that again, please.
No team yet has won a Stanley Cup when someone is making more than $10 million. That's where we've seen it tap out. Like, guys can make $10 million, but you're still able to build out the rest of the roster. You go over $10 million, we just haven't seen a team win a Stanley Cup and have one guy make over $10 million. And the Colorado Avalanche next year will have 2 guys making over $10 million. And the following year, they'll have 3 guys making over $10 million in the guys that you mentioned, Makar, McKinnon, and Netches. So how much do you want to pay attention to that? You know, how much do you want to adhere to that like historical benchmark through NHL history that, I mean, guys have blown through $10 million like years and years ago, but we still haven't had a Stanley Cup winner that has any one guy making more than $10 million, and the Avs are on a pathway to have 3 guys.
All right, so would you keep the 3 guys together, knowing that you're going to be forking up a lot of money between those 3 guys, and you still got the rest of the roster to take care of, and you want to stay deep, right? You can't be top heavy. You want to stay deep so that you can make that cup run, because truly, if you bring Jared Bednar back for his last year on his contract, this is going to be, we say it all the time, but it's cup or bust. Because if you don't, it's cup or bust, man.
But what does bust mean?
It means everybody's going to explode now.
But we went into the season, it was cup or bust.
At least, all of us said it.
Doesn't something have to bust if it's cup or bust?
And that's why, Z, that's why I said they're not going to go into a season where 3 guys are making a lot of money, or 2 guys. Well, they will, because they're going to keep Nate and they're going to keep Cale. They're going to move on from somebody like Netches because they don't want to pay all that money because they're keeping Jared Bednar, Z. That man's coming back. Cup or bust.
It can't be cup or bust if you bust, but nothing happens.
So then what's next year for the Avs? What do you feel like it is?
I think it's still very much in play for Bednar to be shown the door. I still think that's in play. And we'll talk about why here in just a couple minutes. But I just think it's a dynamic that we need to be paying attention to. I think that, that's meaningful that we haven't had a Stanley Cup winner yet with anyone making over $10 million, and the Avs are on the pathway to have 3. And with the Mikko trade, that was a part of it. It was your too top heavy. You need to build out the roster so you can have 4 lines that come at you in waves, and that's what happened in 22 and 01 and 96, and you're quickly go. And now the cap is expanding, right?
Yep.
So that deserves to be part of the conversation, But you're talking about, I think the highest paid player right now in the NHL is Kaprizov, and I think he's making $17 million, and we're talking about Cale making $20. And Nate's at 12.
Well, first off, do you think Cale is going to make the 20?
I do. If I were to guess, yeah. I mean, and if he doesn't, it's right on the doorstep. 19, something like that. Because of his accomplishments, because of his age, because of his trajectory over the coming years. Yeah, if there's anyone in the league that could get that quote-unquote blank check, it's probably Cale. And again, I'm not saying that the move is to not sign Cale. Like that's not smart.
I feel like it's a must.
You have to give him that extension, but the ripple effect and ramifications that follow that extension, it's worth the discussion. I'll just say that. So, on a really, 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 really somber note here, Claude Lemieux, a key member of the Avs' first Stanley Cup winning team, took his own life, and he's 60 years old. He was 60 years old. Unfortunately, found by his son. At the back of their family-owned warehouse, really like in the middle of the night, never came home. Lemieux joined the Avs from Quebec, as they moved to Colorado. And a trade with New Jersey brought him to the team for their inaugural season in Denver. And he won a cup with the Devils the year before. He had become just the 10th player in NHL history to win back-to-back titles with different teams. When the Avs won that championship in 1996, he was here for more than 4 seasons before being traded back to New Jersey in 1999. But he played 297 games with the Avs. He scored 106 goals here, dished out 106 assists. He was just a huge part of the Colorado Avalanche, and he was perhaps known he was one of the most hated players in NHL history.
Oh, yeah.
And when they did Canada's TSN, they released the top 10 most hated players of all time. He came in second. And people will remember the infamous hit on Detroit's Chris Draper during the 1996 Western Conference Finals. Really sparked that rivalry between the Avs and Red Wings. Yeah, I believe so. And it went on to be the greatest rivalry in the history of the sport. But just horrible, horrible news. Claude Lemieux, gone way too soon. You never know. Gosh, we said this all too often over the years, but you just never know, Phil, what someone's going through.
No, and that's why if you have a chance to check in on somebody, you check in on them. Be nice to everybody that's walking by. You don't know what they're going through. And then you go on. And if you are going through something, go get help. There's so many things that are out there now for you that you can go and get help and talk to somebody, because you never know what that can do for you by just talking to somebody.
Totally. Well said. Okay. There's no easy way to transition from that, but we just needed to take a moment and kind of bow our heads, if you will. Okay. If the Avalanche do move on from Jared Bednar, history says the organization will go a certain route. All right, we'll shine some light on that. Also, there is a telltale sign to watch, really within the next 24 hours, that will probably indicate Jared Bednar's future, and we'll tell you what that is next.
Summer is calling, and we're sending you to the lake in style. Download the Denver Sports app to enter our Day at the Lake contest for your chance to win everything you need for that perfect lake day. You get 2 paddle boards, 2 chairs, a cooler, pop-up tent, and Bluetooth speaker. Oh, and did we mention you also get a $250 gift card to fill up that cooler? Download the Denver Sports app now and enter today. We'll see you at the lake. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy and founder of Wesley Financial Group. And I want to set the record straight. I am not an attorney. I've never wanted to be an attorney. And the truth is, I really don't even like attorneys. If I sound like an attorney, I'll apologize. But what I've learned in my 15 years in the timeshare cancellation business is you don't need to be an attorney to get folks out of their timeshare. After 15 years and over 50,000 cancellations, I can tell you with confidence, we know how to get you out of your timeshare. Call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit guide absolutely free with all your options for cancellation. Attorneys, this was meant to be funny, so please don't sue me, especially my friend Kenneth from Black River Falls, Wisconsin.
Call now for your free timeshare exit info kit. 800-881-8686. That's 800-881-8686. 800-881-8686.
I'm Rob Wilhite, and for nearly 50 years, my firm has been fighting for seriously injured car accident victims in Colorado. Serious accidents demand serious representation. We dig into every detail of your case, and we don't back down until we get you the maximum compensation you deserve. If you or someone you love has been seriously injured in a car accident, call the Wilhite Law Firm today at 303-GOOD-LAW or visit WilhiteWins.com. That's 303-GOOD-LAW or visit WilhiteWins.com.
If you're going to ask her to spend the rest of your life with you, shouldn't you give her a diamond worthy of that journey?
One that you can give her with no regrets?
A diamond that shines like no other.
That's why our family started Williams Jewelers over 75 years ago. I'm Michelle.
And I'm Bruce Williams. Today, Williams Jewelers is Denver's finest diamond engagement ring store with 10 times times the selection of diamonds, engagement rings, and wedding bands you'll find in average stores.
Where you get a lifetime quality guarantee that protects you for the life of the ring.
A lifetime diamond upgrade guarantee.
A 30-day money-back price and total satisfaction guarantee.
And no regrets.
Give her a diamond worthy of her and your money's worth.
Say will you with Williams.
Where Colorado shines.
Williams Jewelers, we can make diamonds a part of your life.
Williams Jewelers in Cherry Creek North on 3rd Avenue between Fillmore and Detroit, the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche.
Who helps keep Colorado's wildlife wild? Our people do.
Hello, my name is Patricia. I've been with Chevron for over 17 years.
Her team uses GPS to track where mule deer and pronghorn roam throughout the seasons. This data helps us take their habitats into consideration when planning our operations.
When we created our comprehensive wildlife and conservation program, it was really about what was possible.
Learn more at colorado.chevron.com.
Hey, it's Zach here. Are you seeing cracks in your home's drywall or foundation? Call Homestrong. Their highly qualified technicians provide free inspections and quotes. With 20-plus years experience in the foundation repair and concrete industry, one thing is certain. You'll never go wrong with Homestrong.
You could sleep through the night without thinking twice. You could take a seat in the middle of the theater. You could drive without worry of where the next restroom is. You used to say yes, and somewhere along the way, you stopped. Not because of one big moment, because of 100 small ones. A little more urgency, one more trip to the bathroom at 2 a.m., one more mental note about where the restroom is. It happened slowly enough that it just became you. But it's not you. It's enlarged prostate, and there's a treatment called aquablation therapy, the only ultrasound-guided robotic-assisted therapy for enlarged prostate. Find an aquablation therapist near you. Call Aquablation Denver at 720-637-9567, 720-637-9567. That's 720-637-9567. All surgical treatments carry risks, and results may vary. Side effects may include urinary symptoms, mild pain, ejaculatory dysfunction, or infection. In rare cases, complications to the urethra and rectum may occur. Aquablation therapy may not be right for everyone. Talk to your urologist to learn more. Visit aquablationdenver.com.
When it's sports, you love watching the pros.
If it's surgery, you definitely want the pros.
When you need a new roof, call Denver Roof Pros.
No matter if it hails, rains, or snows, nobody knows your roof like the Denver Roof Pros.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-292-4541 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-292-4541. That's 800-292-4541. What do you have to lose? Call 800-292-4541. Again, 800-292-4541.
For more than 2 decades, Denver Tech Builders has helped homeowners across the Denver metro area transform their backyards with custom deck installations and premium outdoor living solutions. They can help you too. Find out more at ddbonthefan.com.
8 seconds. Man versus beast. Every second counts. The PRCA's Extreme Bulls Tour explodes into the legendary arena for 2 nights only, July 20th and 21st. Tickets on sale now at cfdrodeo.com.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan is brought to you by Roller Auction.
Names that rhyme, takes that hit different. Shapiro and Piro is happy hour sports talk built for the modern fan. Local stories, hidden gems, and the mustache monologues you never knew you needed. Weekdays at 3 p.m. on the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan YouTube channel. Subscribe now at Denver Sports 104.3 and get in on the action. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
if the Avs do move on from Bednar, history says the organization will go a certain route. And there's a telltale sign to watch here within the next 24 hours that could indicate Bednar's future. All right, couple things here. Let's just start with the potential indicator for Bednar's job. We have not seen an email yet as media announcing the end of the season press conference, which
why is that big, Z? Tell people why.
Yeah, it's just typically if you lose on a Tuesday night, that press conference is going to be on a Thursday, and if not on a Thursday, on a Friday. They're not doing the end of the season press conference this week. That has been put out there. Evan Rual of the Denver Gazette putting that out there, and that is unusual. It's unusual to the point where he wanted to communicate that to his followers, saying, hey, for what it's worth, they're pushing it to next week. And here's my thing. If we got an email today that said the press conference is Friday, Bednar's safe. If we get an email tonight or tomorrow saying the press conference is Monday and we haven't got the Bednar news, I believe Bednar's safe.
Okay.
I think the news of Bednar's firing, if it were to happen, we'll hear of that first. But the fact that we've gone 24 hours, haven't heard anything, and the season-ending press conference with Chris McFarland, maybe Joe Sakic as well, is being pushed till next week. It's interesting.
It really is. I mean, look, you just got swept. Everybody sat here and called you a wagon and how this team was going to win it all and cup or bust. We all said it. I was saying it. I'm banging the table, and now I'm upset that we're sitting here not talking about the Colorado Avalanche battling the Vegas Golden Knights still. And so when something like that happens, and it drastically happens in the way it did, you may have to make a move. I don't agree with it. I don't believe Jared Bednar is going to leave. I think he's going to be here for his last year on his contract. But that's just me. But then again, when you don't have a press conference and you let it bleed into the weekend, it gives someone like Chris McFarland and Sakic time to really think about what they really want to do. Do they want to keep Jared Bednar? Do they want to move on? On top of that, Josh Kroenke, he's part of the mix. So if you're Sakic and you're Chris McFarland, you're going to talk to Josh Kroenke and see what he thinks or pitch to him why or why not you should keep Jared Bednar. So it's going to be interesting to see what it looks like next week. I'm still holding out hope that Jared Bednar is with this team. I truly love him as a coach. I think that he's the perfect fit for this. He wins. We know that he's been with the team for 10 years.
Well, he wins what?
He has a championship.
He does have a championship.
And he wins every single year. They're in the postseason.
But that's not the goal.
I mean, but come on, Z. You say it all the time. Like sometimes, like we get numb to this, and we're spoiled all the time. If it doesn't go right, and you bring in a first-year head coach, and let's just say the Avalanche don't get to where they need to go, we're gonna be upset. I'd rather stick with Jared Bednar and see it through for one more year.
That's fair. If that's the way you look at it, that is totally fair. And look, we all love Bedsy. I think it's gotten too stale here. I'm totally open to a new voice, despite my adulation for Bedsy. I think the guy gets his name retired, hangs from the ceiling of Ball Arena. It's like been that type of run, all-time winningest coach by a mile, championship coach. But outside of that cup run, it's been defined by collapse, and it
has been.
Oh, it has been. So we'll see. We could get the news any minute now that the Avs have moved on from Jared Bednar. But every second that does go on, and we haven't heard that news, the likelihood of him coming back raises.
And I can't even. I can. I know what he's going through, right? Bednar knows and understands the game. And he's probably sitting there looking at his phone every hour. Okay, has Chris McFarland called? Has Sakic called? I remember for me with the Indianapolis Colts, I'm sitting there waiting for a phone call. You don't want to see a phone call. You want it to go and bleed through the day where you don't get a phone call other than maybe from your family, and you make the team. Well, I got the phone call early. I'm talking about 5 o'clock in the morning. They're calling my phone saying, hey, Phil, we want to see you. Bring your iPad down. Coach wants to talk to you. We all know what that means. Yeah. We've watched Hard Knocks. You're getting fired. You're getting cut. So if Jared Bednar does not get a phone call, he's in the clear.
Man, all All right, we'll see. Now, on the other front, if the Avs were to move on from Jared Bednar, history says the organization will go a certain route. And here's what I mean here. The Rockies bought the Colorado Avalanche in the year 2000. Greatest deal of all time. They bought the Nuggets and the Avs in one fell swoop, plus, at that time, the Pepsi Center for $450 million. All of it. An NBA team, an NHL team, and an arena. They could sell each for, billions at this point. So, since the year 2000, the hirings of KSE, Tony Granato, first-time head coach. Joe Sacco, first-time head coach. Patrick Waugh, first-time head coach. Jared Bednar, first-time head coach. The one who was not was Joel Quenneville. He was not a first-time head coach. But that means 4 of the 5 coaches that KSE has hired since buying the team were first-time head coaches, even in Stanley Cup windows, in that early window of time where they initially bought the team. And so I think that we could and should probably put that in our front pocket if they were to move on from Bednar. History says it'll likely be a first-timer. We'll see if it actually ages that way.
They did with the Nuggets. David Adelman, first-time head coach after getting rid of our guy. And so now all of a sudden you look up and the Avalanche are dealing with a similar situation. It might be a first-year head coach yet again.
Yeah, it could be. All right, shifting gears here. 3 more questions about the Denver Broncos 5 days before they're back on the field. That's next.
Parents, looking for a fun way to get your kid active this summer?
Are you kidding me?
Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan's 3rd annual Be a Mentor, Be a Fan Youth Football Camp is back. Brought to you by Walmart. Saturday, June 27th at Denver South High School's All-City Stadium. Your child ages 8 to 14 will learn the fundamentals of football in a safe, hands-on environment from people who played the game at the highest level. We're talking former Denver Broncos Mark Schlereth, Phillip Lindsay, and Brandon Stokely, along with a trusted coaching staff from Denver South. And every dollar raised goes to Big Brothers Big Sisters of Colorado. So your family is giving back just by showing up. Sign up today at denversports.com/camp. That's denversports.com/camp.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here. On behalf of my friends at American Financing, let me be real with you for a minute. If you're over 50 years old and carrying credit card debt, you could be paying on that for the rest of your life. The interest rate on credit cards is 20% or more. A mortgage interest rate is much lower. So why not use your home's equity to pay off that high interest debt? American Financing is a family-owned mortgage lender, not one of those big banks where you're just a number. Their salary-based mortgage consultants will help you declutter your monthly bills into a single manageable payment. The average customer saves $800 a month, guys, and you may delay 2 mortgage payments, and you also may close in as fast as 10 days. There are no upfront fees, and there's never an obligation. Give your paycheck a raise. Call American Financing at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at AmericanFinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSConsumerAccess.org.
Dan Jacobs with the tale of 2 cousins. They were both in the same accident. One cousin said she didn't need a lawyer. And when the insurance company offered her $3,000 and said they would pay all of her medical bills, that cousin was very upset because she cashed that check. And when the medical bills kept coming in, the insurance company was long gone. The other cousin called 303-LAW-4040. She was offered $30,000. And when we said no way, the judge used scare tactics trying to get her to accept the lowball offer. That's where a lot of lawyers will try and get their clients to cave in, but not us. We said that's fine. We'll tell her story to a jury. Before we could even get up and walk out of the room, that case settled for $1.1 million. That cousin was very happy. The insurance companies work for their shareholders. At 303-LAW-4040, we work for you. You don't have to feel guilty about asking for what's fair. We hope you never need us, but accidents do happen, so go ahead, save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. It's 303-LAW-4040.
What's going on, everybody? Phillip Lindsay here. Is your car making a weird noise and you're not sure what exactly is going on? All Points Automotive makes it easy for you. Free diagnostics and estimates from a 100% mobile mechanic who comes to you. To book your appointment, visit allpoints-automotive.com.
At Smart Local 9 Sheet Metal Workers, they provide highly trained sheet metal professionals ready to get the job done safely, efficiently, and with pride. Their workforce is also built through a comprehensive 4-year apprenticeship program. Find out more at smw9.com.
Is your financial advisor managing your risk or just a spreadsheet? Hi, I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. Many financial advisors rely on target date funds, which are one-size-fits-all portfolios that don't know your name, your family, or your goals. And that passive management can leave you dangerously exposed. At Trajan, we look at the whole picture, not just the stocks everyone else buys, but the private market opportunities most advisors ignore. And as fiduciaries, we build a strategy around you, coordinating your investments, tax strategy, and estate into one cohesive plan. Your financial life deserves more than just a generic portfolio. Real planning isn't a stack of statements. It's the confidence of knowing where your income will come from for the next 30 years. Good enough isn't good enough for your family. It's time for a change. Schedule your complimentary consultation today. Call 855-TRAJAN-1. That's 855-TRAJAN-1.
Advisory services through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Private equity investments require accreditation. Other services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
Power your drive with Mobil 1 motor oil. Buy 5 quarts, get $15 back, and score a fast and furious prize after rebate at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Spring cleaning isn't just for your house, it's for your life. If your job is getting old, it's time to clear the clutter and spring into IT. Go to My Computer Career.
My Computer Career helped me get the skills and certifications I needed to start a new life as an IT professional in months, not years.
Earn the certifications the top employers are looking for right now. Visit mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation to see if it's time to spring into IT. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Support comes from Amazon Business. You can't rely on guesswork to run your business. With smart business buying, innovative AI tools optimize your purchasing experience, paired with delivery options built for business. Empower your team today. Learn more at amazonbusiness.com.
Performance matters in intimate moments. Don't let ED ruin them. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and I want to assure you that if you're like the vast majority of guys, you don't have to suffer with ED anymore. In fact, you might be pleasantly surprised at how the right treatments could positively impact your love life. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, our advanced medical therapies go far beyond pills. We have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases, and we offer specific and combinative treatments that can dramatically enhance both your performance and your stamina. You could even last up to an hour or more and bring a far greater level of intimacy to both you and the one you love, perhaps performing like you haven't in years. So call us today and find out why our advanced treatment strategies offer so much more. Your first visit is just $99 and gets you blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, advanced medical science to improve men's lives.
Wait! Before you change the station, listen to this.
Your car at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Pickup is quick and easy. You'll also get a vacation voucher and a tax deduction. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Denver Sports Snapshot. Tonight on 104.3 HD2, playoff basketball action continues as San Antonio faces OKC in Game 6, starting at 6.
Presented by Gebhardt BMW, your trusted family dealer since 1975.
Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
Three more questions about the Denver Broncos 5 days before they are back on the field. And speaking of football, is your kid interested in picking up the game? Join Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan for our third annual Be a Mentor, Be a Fan Youth Football Camp, Saturday, June 27th at Denver South High School All-City Stadium. Children aged 8 to 14 can enjoy hands-on coaching from former Broncos like Stink, like Phil. Stoke is going to be there. The staff, a big chunk of the staff from Denver South is going to be there as well. And guess who else is going to be there?
Who's going to be there, ZB?
Yo, boy, ZB.
Uh-oh. You bringing Big O?
I'm bringing Big O. Yes, I am. All proceeds benefit Big Brothers Big Sisters of Colorado. For more information and to register your child, head to denversports.com/camp.
Zach, real quick, which of those three do you want Owen spending the most amount of time with learning football?
I don't trust any of them, to be honest with you. I'll go with, that's a great question.
That is.
Who do I want Owen spending the most time with? Who?
Come on, bring him down to old Uncle Phil. Young, spry, excited.
Man, that's
old man Stoke.
Great question. I'm going to go with Stink.
Oh,
I'm going to go with Stink.
I think that's a good answer.
I'm going to go with Stink.
He gonna have your son with a 3-point stance.
Well,
that's what you do. You got to fire off. Yeah, you're going to kick slide. You want to be an offensive lineman? All right, go Stink.
That's going to be a really fun day. Looking forward to it. All right, 3 more questions. This is based off Mike Kliss's article at 9news.com where he asked 9 questions. We did 3 yesterday. We'll do 3 today, 3 more tomorrow. Is Q Robinson ready for more outside linebacker reps?
Ooh, big Q. And this is actually your guy, right? You loved you some Q Robinson. 4th round pick. He got to pretty much have a redshirt year, although he played a little bit. He played 6 games in the regular season, had half a sack, and then got some playing time in the playoffs in the postseason against the New England Patriots where he had 3 total tackles and he had a sack. And he looked better every single game, Z. So to answer that question, yes, we're going to see a lot more of Q Robinson. I can see packages where he's in on 3rd downs, blitzing, rushing to try to get those sacks. And it's just about jumping to that next year, year 2. From year 1 to year 2, you're going to make a jump. You're going to feel a lot more confident about yourself. You're going to work on your craft. And the great thing about being with the Denver Broncos is you're established. All right, you have people in front of you. You're not looked at as the star player that you have to go out there and perform and get 10 to 14 sacks like Nick Bonito needs to do. You're looked at as a role player that when you get the opportunity, all right, pin your ears back and go get you a damn sack. And now that you've been in the system for a year, VJ, Vance Joseph, the defensive coordinator system, you're going to feel more confident. And you know what I always say? Knowledge equals confident equals playing fast. When you know what you're doing, now you're confident. You're out there just playing football, something you played your whole life, Z. So Q Robinson, he's going to take another jump. We're going to see a lot more of him. And I can see him having about 5 or 6 sacks this year.
Well, that would be great. If he has 5 sacks this year, that would be more sacks than he ever had at Alabama. And that's why when we came into the Q Robinson, as well as the Savion Jones experience as well,
yeah.
the mid-round SEC boys from Bama and LSU, they were more about potential than a product and proven production. You look at Q Robinson, I mean, he was the most sacks he ever had at Alabama was his final year there, 4 sacks. So this was not some, again, if he was more proven at his size, 6'5", 220. Well, no. He's more than that now.
He's like
It's
250.
I was looking at what he was in college. NFL.
You were looking at me.
243. 243. You're growing like he is. So we have to be patient.
We do.
This was always going to be a developmental thing with Q Robinson. So hopefully, man, 5 sacks, I would sign up for that right now. That would be an amazing second year. Second question of the 3 for today, will age become a factor? I did not quite realize until reading Kliss in his article at 9 News that the Broncos have one of the oldest rosters in the NFL. 10 players will be 30 years old or older before the season ever starts.
Man, that's old, right? Everybody's growing gray hairs, but in the football world, basketball world, you get to 30, hockey even, and I know you can play longer in hockey, but once you start to hit the 30s, they call you old. So, yeah, that's going to be something that we definitely need to put in the back of our mind is this team is getting older. All right, injuries usually appear as you get older, so hopefully the depth. The Denver Broncos have done a great job of adding depth, getting some younger players in the draft, adding that depth to help you out and so that you can keep these older guys healthy at the beginning of the season. All right, there's a method to Sean's madness when it comes to OTAs and not having the guys out there all day long or have them go through so many drills. So we just have to trust the process. The players need to trust the process, and there's a bunch of vets. So you don't need to see them out there competing against each other every single day. Don't be surprised if you start seeing a lot more vet days during camp, because this is a more established team for the Denver Broncos, and they got to stay healthy this year. It's a Super Bowl or bust window for them. Bo Nix has to stay healthy, but the team must stay healthy. So you got to go through the right process in order to do that.
10 players 30 or older before the season kicks off. That is, in the real world, 30 is very young. In that world, it's not so much so. And these are frontline guys to starters. Like Bowles is 34 years old. Singleton, 32 years old. Evan Ingram, 32 years old. Your starting right tackle, Mike McGlinchey, 31 years old. Cortland Sutton, a top receiver, 30 years old. So it's an aging group. There's no doubt about it. And then the third question for the day is going to be a question until it's not, and that's J.K. Dobbins' health. I mean, this is going to be a topic of conversation in the Mile High City until if it no longer becomes relevant. There won't be some big day where it's like, he did it. It'll just kind of fade away, a la Michael Porter Jr. It was a discussion for years until it wasn't. He just stacked enough days, and the next thing you know, you're like, wait, he played 81 of the 82? Like, that's the hope for the J.K. Dobbins combo.
Well, until that happens, don't hold your breath and hope that Coleman and R.J. Harvey come along. They're going to get a lot of reps during preseason and to keep J.K. healthy. And Coleman needs to be the guy that can run inside so that J.K. Dobbins is healthy come postseason, Z.
All right, wait until you hear a name that is whispered to be emerging as a suitor for Peyton Watson. You are not going to want to miss that. Also, Chris Sims did his annual quarterback rankings ahead of OTAs. Where did Bo Nix land on that list? We'll get to all of it as we are on the doorstep of 40 consecutive minutes of commercial-free sports talk coming up next.
It's the ultimate showdown for a great cause.
Setting up the ultimate gold medal showdown.
On June 11th, Brandon Stokely goes head-to-head with Zach By in 100 Holes for Kids. 100 holes of golf. It's a one-day event all to raise money for Recruiting Classroom, whose mission it is to help kids play sports. Who will raise the most? That's where you come in. Pick your player, make your donation, and help kids win. To support Brandon Stokely, head to StokelyCares.com. To support Zach By, head to ZachCares.com.
This evening, you're different. Over the day, you meet people, you make decisions, you faced challenges and made a mistake or two. Bit by bit, everything changed you. And you're better for it. This is Garrett Jamron. I'm part of the Alpine Bank family, member FDIC. Take a look at the enormous changes in our children. So many are graduating, not just from high school, but from pre, elementary, and junior high schools. Others from college. Still more from one job to another. Graduations are daily treasures because they change you, make you better. Each takes you into the next stage of your life. Why would Alpine Bank share this with you? Easy. We could talk about checking accounts, or we could talk about you. It wasn't a difficult choice.
Denver Deck Builders is the #1 deck builder in Colorado. With me is the owner, Ron Gibbous. What is the advantage in building a new deck or replacing the old one?
If you were to spend $50,000 on a deck, it probably increases the home value by $25,000 to $35,000. You will get some of it back when you sell the home. But do you want to use it to spend time outside with your family, with your friends, building memories and building relationships?
Start dreaming about your outdoor living space. Denver Deck Builders. Go to ddbonthefan.com.
In a city full of choices, your savings destination is Groove Toyota, the oldest family-owned Toyota dealership in the Denver Metro. Over 200 pre-owned vehicles in stock, including MPG MVPs and Toyota certified with full warranties. Visit GrooveToyota.com. Don't wait. 50 vehicles priced under $15,000 won't last. Buy today in person or at GrooveToyota.com. Start here. Go anywhere.
Offer
expires 6/1/26. Not all will qualify. Restrictions apply with approved credit. Call 720-961-4465 for complete details.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach By here for 5280 Exteriors, your siding, windows, decking, and roofing specialist. During the month of May, 5280 Exteriors are offering you $1,000 off a new project. They also offer finance plans that come with no payments for 2 years. 5280 Exteriors is a locally owned company that has been in business for 20 years and knows the Colorado climate. They are a 2024 and 2025 James Hardy President's Club winner. 5280 Exteriors, the altitude of quality.
You bought an RV, and you got an automatic discount from Progressive by bundling it with your home or auto insurance. That's great, but a serious word of warning every RVer should heed. You don't need to talk about things like dry weight or dump stations. And you don't need one of those expensive water filter straws either. Because the most extreme thing most RVers encounter is a campsite without hookups. So just enjoy yourself. And Progressive's automatic discount when you bundle your RV, boat, or motorcycle with your home or auto insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states or situations.
At Liberty Mutual, we love helping people with things like customizing car insurance, just like how we customize a song for you. Catered country tune. Liberty Mutual, saving you bucks by protecting your truck. 'Cause Birdie told me to only pay for what I need. Thank you, Limu. I'll always trust in Limu with Liberty, 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 Liberty.
Phillip Lindsay here. Summer is coming. Time for hikes, golf, and family adventures. But if degenerative joints or those old high school sports injuries are holding you back, discover natural, pain-free relief with Regen RX. Their stem cell treatment, PRP therapy, and shockwave therapy could be the answer to reclaiming your active life. No surgeries, no downtime, and no risk. Get a free consultation today. Text the word PAIN to 303-630-9770. That's PAIN to 303-630-9770.
Your medication for enlarged prostate is working. That's what you tell yourself. You're up 3 times a night instead of 5. The urgency is manageable. The stream's not great, but it's fine. That's the problem. Fine. Enlarged prostate, or BPH, doesn't pause because the medication takes the edge off. The prostate keeps growing. The bladder keeps working harder. And over time, those changes can be harder to reverse. But surgery? Not for you, right? Aquablation is not the surgery you're picturing. It's the only ultrasound-guided, robotic-assisted therapy for enlarged prostate. Don't wait until things become unbearable. Find an Aquablation urologist near you. Call Aquablation Denver at 720-637-9567. 720-637-9567. That's 720-637-9567. All surgical treatments carry risks, and results may vary. Side effects may include urinary symptoms, mild pain, ejaculatory dysfunction, or infection. In rare cases, complications to the urethra and rectum may occur. Aquablation therapy may not be right for everyone. Talk to your urologist to learn more. Visit aquablationdenver.com.
Try Taco Bell's $5, $7, and $9 Lux boxes. Limited time at participating stores while supplies last. Prices vary. Freezes and specialty drinks not included. Tax extra.
Ditch the bland, flavorless sports talk and tune into Freshly Grated, where Will Peterson and Marcello Romano serve up piping hot takes and bold opinions with no filter and an extra side of sarcasm. Every weekday at 2 p.m. on the Denver Sports 1043 The Fan YouTube channel. Like and subscribe today at Denver Sports 1043 and come along for the ride. Denver Sports 1043 The Fan. You're listening to The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 1043 The Fan.
All right, rolling downhill here on a Thursday. You could reach out and touch the weekend here on May 28th. Really appreciate you guys rocking with us. The show has flown by so far. And I want to get to Chris Sims and his quarterback rankings list that he does annually.
Let's get to it.
And where Bo Nix stacked up comparatively to the rest of the league. Was it fair? Was it unfair? We'll get to it and hear from Chris on Bo in just a few minutes. But before we get to that, a couple things here concerning Payton Watson. All right. One, there is a bit of a report out there. All right. And I say bit because it's not from like Shams Charania. All right. It comes from an account called Heavy on Sports. All right. And it is being also redistributed by Polymarket, their basketball account. All right. So it's not like Shams Charania, but it's also like not nothing. Right. And so what's being put out there, the Celtics have quietly emerged as a threat to land Peyton Watson this summer.
Here we go. Here we go, Z.
So I don't know what that looks like. I mean, could that be a trade involving Jaylen Brown? Things between Jaylen Brown and the Celtics are weird right now.
Yeah, why is that, though? I know that we're not close to what's going on, but it seems like it's a little off over there when it comes to Jaylen Brown, the Celtics.
Well, I think Jaylen Brown's just kind of a little off and can be just a little bit off sometimes. He's a different dude. He goes on, look, a lot of people, and rightfully so, I think our town would be bothered if could you imagine this scenario, okay? Jokic goes down and from a major injury, he tears his Achilles, okay? Jamal Murray ends up becoming All-NBA for the first time. We know they won a championship in 2023, all right? You fall short, and Jamal says, this was my favorite year of basketball that I've ever had.
Yeah, it's not the right time to say that when Jokic is down. It's like, what are you talking about? Like, Jokic needs to be a part of this, but you're saying that because why? Because you didn't want him to be there?
Like, imagine how that felt.
Yeah.
For Jason Tatum, who came back at the end of the year and actually played well, considering the circumstances and the expectations at least that I had. But Jaylen Brown saying this is the most fun year of basketball I've ever had. Like, you guys have won a championship, and your teammate and boy ripped his Achilles.
So there's some friction.
Who says that? So that rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. Then he doubled down on it, and he's like a guy who does the streaming stuff, and it's just like it. So he's just kind of a different dude. So maybe it is a trade with Jaylen Brown. Maybe it's a trade with Derek White. Like, I have no idea, but there is now speculation that the Boston Celtics, and you think of a basketball mind like Brad Stevens, they're targeting, if this is true, Peyton Watson for a reason. Peyton Watson, and what he has developed into, is desirable by every team in the league. And so, but why is it Boston? Is there an agent connection? We know he changed agents to Clutch Sports. He used to be with Jokic's guys. Now he's with Clutch Sports. Is there a connection there to Boston? Is that where he wants to be?
That's exactly what I was thinking. Maybe it's Peyton Watson saying, hey, I want to be over there. They're young. The system may fit him. They win. And it's away from the Nuggets, right? It's on the other side, so you're away from the Nuggets, and so you don't have to hear that. I'd rather him go, if he's going to go anywhere, to Boston than the Lakers.
Sure.
I hate the Lakers, except for Kobe, man. Rest in peace. So it's interesting that's coming up. And you know what, Z? There's going to be more teams coming up with Peyton Watson if he is available and doesn't want to be with the Denver Nuggets.
I'm so curious and kind of anxious to see how this unfolds. I really am. And, I opened up, ESPN.com today, and there's a big splash page story about, hey, what's next for these free agents, both unrestricted and restricted. And Peyton Watson's name is on a very short list of restricted free agents, among the most interesting, along with probably Jalen Duren there in Detroit. And Tim Bontemps was the one doing the story. And he said, Watson is one of the more intriguing free agents this summer, even though Denver can match any offer sheet. The 23-year-old fits one of the most coveted archetypes in modern NBA, a versatile 6'8" wing. But retaining Watson and keeping the current roster intact would push Denver far into the luxury tax. The Nuggets have never been big spenders, which is why the belief around the NBA is that Cameron Johnson or Christian Brown is likely to be moved to create enough room to give Watson something in the per-year range of those players, end quote. I've tried to really emphasize here since the season ended exactly what Tim Bontemps is saying there. Peyton Watson is the face. If you were like creating a basketball player in 2026 in a petri dish in like a basketball laboratory, you have him grow like Peyton Watson. 6'8", defensively minded, can be a point of the attack defender, can block shots at the rim. He's an athlete. He's a defender. He knocks down shots. He can create shots for himself in a way that most Denver Nuggets can't outside of Jokic and Jamal Murray. He is so much of what the current league is. The Denver Nuggets simply cannot afford to lose someone like P. Watt.
And in the article, it says like you would have to get rid of somebody like Cam Johnson or Christian Brown. Well, my guessing is we would love to get rid of Christian Brown because of that contract, but we know that's not going to happen. Nobody is taking on that contract. So who is it going to probably have to be? Somebody like Cam Johnson. And maybe you add AG in there because he has been dealing with the injuries, and you may want to get him off the books because he hasn't been available for you. I know we all love him, but this is sports. It's about staying young. It's about staying athletic and having a chance to win a championship. Jokic still has a little bit of his prime left. Add a couple more athletic players with him. Keep Payton Watson. You need to keep Payton Watson, so you're going to have to get rid of a couple players or a player to do that, Z. So I'm expecting the Denver Nuggets to make a shakeup, whether it's Aaron Gordon, Cam Johnson, Jamal Murray, somebody is going.
And just to be clear, the Denver Nuggets don't have to do anything.
And they don't.
They can keep their roster. It's just going to cost the ownership group more money in the luxury tax. And I have been steadfastly telling you guys it's not going to happen. It will not happen. And Bontemps, quoting in the article, the Nuggets have never been big spenders. Now, I'll give them some pushback. This era of Nuggets basketball, they have paid for the players on the floor. They just don't value executives. They don't value the coaches, financially. And I do not believe that they're going to stay in the luxury tax and get hit by the repeater tax and fork over a check for $200 million in order to turn around and then pay the players. I just cannot see or envision that happening. Bontemps goes on to say in this article about P. Watt and some other free agents, he said one point of potential concern is Watson's reoccurring hamstring injuries, which cost him a large chunk of the second half. Unfortunately, the injury came right after the best stretch of his career in January and early February. He goes on to quote a Western Conference scout, on the situation. Quote, "They could easily just pay him and pay the tax, but we know how the Cronkies operate. That means sending out either Johnson or Brown, and I don't know where that lands. The injury stuff is a concern, but so is how they struggled without him," end quote.
What do you do? What is Josh Kroenke going to do? His hands are all on this. His hands are in that pot. Are you going to make a move? Are you going to keep this roster the same and still pay Mr. Peyton Watson, Mr. Watson?
I think they're going to do everything in their power to keep P. Watt. Here's what I envision happening. They're going to try to keep Peyton Watson. There is a scenario where Peyton Watson communicates to the organization that he wants to be elsewhere. And if that happens, and we know in that league, players and agents run the league. That's just how it happens in the underbelly of it all. Okay?
Lucky. They're lucky.
So it's the world of guaranteed contracts, and it's the emphasis from Adam Silver. It's like they call the players partners. Could you imagine in the NFL them calling the players organizational partners?
Come on, Z.
You guys
Can't
are
tell me anything
raw
now.
pieces of meat out there.
I'd walk up the front office, step on the
desk?
table,
Yeah.
be like, "Give me my money."
Yeah, and so
Partner.
it's just a different world. It just is.
Yeah.
So unless P. Watt communicates through his team to Denver that he doesn't want to be here, which very much could happen, okay? Very much could happen. I think the team is going to try to do everything in their power to keep him. And they're going to give him a big boy contract. 4 years, $92 million, 5 years, $100, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And they are going to trade Cam Johnson.
Cam will be the one for you?
Yeah, I think they're going to trade Cam Johnson because
not AG, huh?
I don't think that you're able to trade him. I don't. I mean, it would be the definition of pennies on the dollar. And AG's contract hasn't started yet. And he's about to get paid, I think, $33 million a season this coming year when his extension kicks in. So I don't think you're able to trade him. I don't think you're able to trade CB, and you're probably just better off trying to have CB recoup some of his value and bet on a bounce back after a horrible, horrible season. But there's one guy, Cam Johnson, who was a top 10 shooter in the NBA this year, he's a 40% shooter. He's on a not a crazy contract, but more importantly than the dollars he's going to make this year is he's got 1 year left.
Yeah.
And other teams will look at that expiring contract as a big point of value. So if I were to forecast it right now on May 28th, as long as P-Watt is okay with being here, you retain him, you trade Cam Johnson, take way less salary in return. They duck below the repeater tax, and you're going to do other stuff too to duck below that. Like
for sure.
Jonas Valanciunas is going to get cut. They'll probably spread his money out. They'll save another $8 million there, and they will do whatever they have to do to get beneath the threshold of the luxury tax. Because once they do that, and I know this stuff is curriculum. I hate it, but
it's important.
It is important. Once they duck below the luxury tax, the repeater tax resets. So they'll get below the luxury tax for 1 season, and it will be a year of patience. And then so next year.
Nope. Here we go with the next year.
Uh-huh.
Here we go with
I
the
know.
next year.
And I know. No one wants
like
to hear it. I know. No one wants to hear it. But when
you're going to be 33.
I know. And when you're dealing with the reality of how this organization is going to operate, there's going to be this gap year. That's just what's going to happen.
See, we're not going to have another championship, are we, huh? I'm not going to be able to experience a damn parade. The Avs let me down. The Nuggets let me down. Hell, I wasn't expecting the Broncos, and they almost got to the Super Bowl. They need to go and do it this year coming up.
I mean, the reality is it's unlikely. And it pains me to say it. But Nikola Jokic will be closer to Dirk Nowitzki than Hakeem Olajuwon. You know, you're going to have the one. He's going to be an all-time legend. He's going to be a top 20 player in NBA history. You know,
he'll have a statue.
Yep, he'll have a statue, jersey retired, all of that. And that's amazing. No one saw this coming. No one saw this Nikola Jokic thing coming.
Drafted in the second round.
Right. And so MVPs don't come from the second round. Find me another MVP from the second round. In the modern NBA with you know, this many teams, because there's one from way back in the day. It's oh my God,
how way back we talking?
70s, New York Knick. Oh my God, not Clyde Frazier, but his name will come to me in just a second. You don't find MVPs in the second round. You just don't. And they did. So no one saw this coming. No one. And it's been amazing. It's still possible. It's still possible that they could win a championship, but I can promise you it won't be this year. The goal for this year
that's no fun,
is going to be to shed salary and get below the luxury tax. I'm just telling you in advance what's going to happen.
Is that like, hey, you guys are still going to win a bunch of games? We're still going to win a bunch of games. Just know when we get to the postseason, it may be the first or second round you're out. Is that kind of what you're thinking now moving forward?
Yes, they'll probably win. I'd forecast it at 47 games, 47 to 50 games, and be a first-round exit. Something like that. Something like that, yeah. And I believe it was Bernard King, I want to say, but that was when the NBA only had like a handful of teams, so he was like the 14th overall pick or the 16th overall pick, but it was technically a second round.
Yeah.
You can't find another NBA MVP that was drafted in the second round. It just doesn't happen that way. Basketball, you see the prospects in basketball coming from a mile away. We knew who Victor Wembanyama was when he was 14. We knew LeBron James when he was 14. We knew Lou Alcindor when he was 14. So, but someone like Jokic, he's a true anomaly. So, but all right, we'll leave that where it lies. This is KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver, and KARS-FM Laramie. We are coming with it, and we are coming for it. It's Zach By and Phillip Lindsay, and we are The Drive, powered by Regen RX.
Woo! Let's go, ZB. Put me in the game. Put me in. I'm ready to take that shot. Come on.
Man, oh man, oh man. We've covered a lot of ground today in our first 3 hours. Talked Avalanche and Jared Bednar and some questions that we have ahead of OTAs. Broncos back on the field in 5 days. just talking some Denver Nuggets basketball, really covered the gambit here. But I want to shift gears to Chris Sims, all right, former quarterback, college, NFL, had a cup of coffee here in Denver once upon a time, has been in the media space for about a decade. He's done a really good job for himself. And he annually comes out with his quarterback rankings. And I'll say this about Chris Sims. One, I'm just a fan. I like just the way he goes about things, but I like the way he works. He put, like, I'm a fan of these guys that are not hot take guys that put the work in, and I typically learn something, when ingesting their content.
Makes sense. And he always makes sense on what he's putting out there to us. I listen to him all the time.
Yep. So he works for NBC, all right, and he did his rankings. Here they are from down from number 32, okay? Down from number 32. Michael Penix Jr., Bryce Young, Kyler Murray, Mac Jones, Joe Flacco, Tyler Shuck, Aaron Rodgers, Jacoby Brissett, Geno Smith, Cam Ward, Jackson Dart. Still have not heard the name Bo Nix.
That's a good sign.
All right, that was counting down from 32. So now we get to number 21. Jalen Hurts.
He's taking a step back.
Former Super Bowl MVP.
Pains me to say that, but he's taking a step back, and he's having an altercation with his best receiver, A.J. Brown, which, by the way, I think he may get shipped off here soon to New England.
He will. He will. Post June 1st. We kind of flagged that a few months ago, that it's just a lot easier to do that. And real quick, Willis Reed was the Knicks MVP.
Okay, Willis Reed.
That was technically drafted in the second round, but he was like 14th overall because it was 1969. There weren't a ton of teams in the NBA. Sorry, I had to clear that up. So I said Jalen Hurts. That's counting down to 21.
Yeah.
20th ranked quarterback in the NFL heading into OTAs, according to Chris Sims. C.J. Stroud. Malik Willis. Ranked ahead of Jalen Hurts. I can't co-sign that.
Yeah, I'm not on board with that one.
Daniel Jones.
All right.
Then you get to number 17, Brock Purdy. And then finally at number 16, Bo Nix. Here was Chris Sims talking about the tough part of the exercise.
This is where it started to hurt doing this exercise. I would say this is the next two guys we're going to talk about where I'd go, yeah, they're here at 16 and 15, but could they be 9, 8 when the year's over, or do I want to redo? Certainly, because they got talent. I mean, Bo Nix,
So then he starts getting into Bo.
I like Bo Nix's game a lot. I think really what I'm going to tell you about what I don't like about it is really just youngness and rawness and just getting a little bit better and more polished and playing a little more football at the NFL level. Right? Now, some of the two is just hard with Bo Nix is just that, not a lot of talent around him on the offensive side of the ball. You're not blown away by the receivers. They didn't run the ball all that great there last year either.
Right. They're trying to change both those things.
Yep. And I would say, too, in the most respectful way, I'm not always blown away by Sean Payton's offense. Sean Payton's offense has all the things you want in it, has all the answers. But do I come away just going, oh, my gosh, it's so creative. Oh, wow. Right? And that to me is maybe why we're having a new play caller there a little bit too. So we'll see.
All right, so a couple different layers there.
Yeah, there's a lot there.
Where do you want to start?
Let's start with Bo Nix, and then we could go into Sean Payton. But for Bo Nix, I do agree. Like, it takes time. Bo Nix is going into year 3. So he's getting better every year. Bo Nix, last year, over 3,900 yards, 25 touchdowns, only 11 interceptions. The year before that, his rookie year, had 37, a little over 3,700 yards, 29 touchdowns, and he had 12 interceptions. So he's consistent when it comes to that. He's winning games. It seems like everybody respects him. Now he just needs to polish things up, and that takes time. What does he look like in year 3? Year 3, he'll take a major jump. The confidence is there. All right, a new play caller in Davis Webb. He understands what Cortland does best. He understands Pat Bryant, Marvin Mims. You got Jalen Waddle, who's a new addition, who's elite when it comes to just speed and the separation, but also can catch the ball in the middle of the field. So I think for Bo Nix, you're going to see a more confident quarterback at the beginning of the year. that's going to be a lot more accurate than he was at the beginning of the year last year. He's going to be accurate this year from the start.
Well, the 16th best quarterback in the NFL is, man, I think Chris Sims kind of nailed it. Like, if I were doing a ranking, and I'm obviously not here today, maybe at some point, as we continue towards the summer, that'd
be a fun exercise.
Yeah, we should. But at the same time, like, does Bo Nix belong in the top 10?
No, not yet.
Does he belong outside the top 20? No, he's been too good for that. So somewhere right between, 14, 15, 16, I think that's fair. I mean, you got him ranked ahead of guys like Jalen Hurts, who has been a Super Bowl MVP, multiple-time participant in the biggest game in American sports. Daniel Jones has had a real resurgence here. Brock Purdy has played in a Super Bowl.
I would have some pushback with the Daniel Jones one, though, Z, to be honest with you. I would have Daniel Jones, as of right now, from what I saw from Daniel Jones last year before he ripped up his Achilles, Daniel Jones was on fire.
He was.
And when he was available, the Colts were winning games. Actually, the Colts were one of the hottest teams in the NFL.
They were.
Before he got hurt.
They were.
And so you can't put Bo Nix in front of Daniel Jones just because Bo Nix had a better end of the year. Daniel Jones wasn't available. What does that look like if Daniel Jones plays the whole year? What do the Colts look like? I would have Daniel Jones, who had over 3,900 yards as well?
Yeah, I think so.
Or no, 3,100. He ends up getting hurt.
Oh, okay, that's right. Right.
19 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. I would have him over Bo Nix. One, he's been in the league, and he's been there. He's done it before as well when he's with the team like the Giants that was put together the right way before they decided to blow up. And he almost did with the Colts before getting hurt, Z.
I can't co-sign it.
Why not?
I just seen Bo Nix play too well over the course of 2 seasons, and getting hurt, unfortunately, and just ask Bo, he'll tell you. I mean, it's part of the league. And so
who won head-to-head last year?
I'm not going to let head-to-head determine.
You have to at some point.
No,
did a great job.
No, I don't. I don't have to. I do not have to. It's a 60-minute game. Is going to decide. Look, I would not have Daniel Jones ahead of Bo Nix, but that's your opinion. A guy that is not ahead of Bo Nix that I would actually have ahead of Bo Nix is Brock Purdy.
Oh, of course.
And I'm a little bit higher on Brock Purdy than most people.
You love Brock Purdy.
All that guy has done in the league for, what is it, 5 years now, 5 years now, is just win games, go to a Super Bowl. No, he's been such a big part. And that's the
ride the coattail.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. There are so many people in this market who get frustrated that these talking heads cannot come off of their initial evaluation of Bo Nix. They just refuse to take him out of the box that they initially forecasted him in. That is doubly true for Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy's Mr. Irrelevant. This guy is a 7th-round pick. Bo Nix is a 1st-round pick. And I just don't think people I remember me and James screaming at each other one time, that he's like a check down king. I'm like, dude, he pushes the ball down the field as much as anyone in the sport.
Well, he was a check down king because of Christian McCaffrey. You have a running back there that's going to kick the ball 60% of the time. Those are usually going to be check downs unless he does a choice route, the running back that is. So if you have a weapon out of the backfield, you're going to utilize him. Why would you not? That's stupid not to. So Brock Purdy's doing what he needs to do, which is check the ball down.
No. That guy pushes the ball down the field at a top 10 rate since he got in the league. That's the facts. So anyway, we're getting down in a rabbit hole.
For sure.
So I would
you would have Purdy over Bo.
Yeah, I'd have Purdy over Bo, but I might have the next quarterback that was ranked ahead of Bo Nix in Chris Sims' annual quarterback rankings was Jordan Love. And I don't know if I'd rather have Jordan Love than Bo Nix, honestly. Now, I may actually, if I was starting a franchise from right now, I may go with Jordan Love just because there's less questions with the big picture long-term health. But I don't know definitively if Jordan Love is ahead of someone like Bo Nix.
Well, I'm going to go head-to-head like the Daniel Jones head-to-head, and Daniel Jones won. I mean, hey, Bo Nix outperformed Jordan Love when the Packers came to town. And also, Bo Nix didn't just do it with his arms. He did it with his legs, too. And if you remember, Ryan Clark said Micah Parsons' knee got hurt because of Bo Nix. Blame Bo.
You lost me at Ryan Clark said.
So I would have Bo Nix ahead of Jordan Love. Jordan Love is not a bad quarterback at all.
No.
He's really, really good. But yet, when it's time for him to shine the brightest, he has not done that. And every time it comes down to him being the guy to win a game for you, he won't do it for you. Maybe it's this year for the Packers and Jordan Love. They're going to have to get the situation with Josh Jacobs cleared up. You hear that?
Yeah.
So, there's
That's
a bunch
messy.
there's a bunch of distractions going on. Jordan Love's a really good quarterback. He's not better than Bo. And now with the Denver Broncos, they have a great defense. They added a weapon in Jalen Waddle. They have the weapons around Bo to be successful. And now Bo Nix is going to be able to take that throne and run with it. Bo Nix could be and will be a top 10 quarterback this year as long as he stays healthy, and he's not going to be 10. I say 9 or 8 because of what Bo Nix has in front of him and around him.
Well, on the RamosLaw.com text line, any list where Bo is ahead of Purdy and Hurts is somewhat laughable. What about Hurts, your Philly king?
Look at you.
Your Philly cheese. You love yourself some Jalen Hurts.
I do love Jalen Hurts, but you know what, Z? You got to perform. Performance-based business, and he wasn't good enough last year. Was not good enough last year, like Purdy and even Bo Nix. There's pieces around him that are helping him be successful. That's a part about being a team. You need people around you, but the Eagles were filled with ballers, defensively, offensively, and last year he just kind of declined. All right, friction with your starting receiver doesn't help that out as well with A.J. Brown. So I'm okay with Jalen Hurts being behind Bo Nix.
Wow.
I'm okay with it.
Wow.
Performance-based business.
I'm okay with it, too. I'm just
Of course
surprised.
you are. Of course you are, but not Purdy. Purdy should be in front of him.
I would have Purdy in front of Bo. That's just me. All good. Here is more Sims talking about Bo Nix.
Bo Nix, first off, clutch as hell. Let's talk about that. No doubt. Arm is that's the one thing when coming back that I would say is my number one thing. His arm is explosive. It's explosive. He makes a lot of big power throws. And then he can throw the ball really awesome on the run too, as we saw, right? Now, its efficiency is more about what the problem is with Bo Nix. And it's a little bit of all of it there. But these are things that you certainly can fix. And what I would say with Bo Nix, first off, is sometimes a little bit like Daniel Jones, where you go, wait, just because the Red Sea parted, you don't have to run.
Right.
You know, you don't have to run. A little bit better pocket feel. Because there are times where I go, wait, there's a lane and he just tucked it and ran. And I want to be like, no, this is the perfect play versus this coverage. And you got somebody wide open for 20 yards right there. Like, I don't know if that was the time to run. Yeah, you got 4 yards, but again, you might have lost 30 right there. So I feel like that a little bit.
So that's interesting. I thought more times than not last year when it was a situation to run or not run, I found myself more oftentimes than not saying, go ahead and run.
Yeah, it's there. It's
go
right
ahead,
in front of you.
Go ahead and take off. But the one thing that I do agree with Chris Sims here is when he said he doesn't have a great pocket feel. Bo Nix he's not a natural thrower of the football inside the pocket. He has got to improve on that as his career goes on, because that's why you're going to stay. That's why you're going to stay as the starting franchise quarterback for the Denver Broncos 5-6 years from now. Obviously, you got to stay healthy, but he's got to grow in that department.
Yeah, and he will. He's going into year 3. All right, he's going into year 3. You understand the game a little bit more. You understand what you need to do. You're watching film saying, okay, yeah, Chris Sims is right on this one. I probably should have stayed in the pocket a little bit longer, and now instead of running for 5 yards, I'm throwing the ball to Courtland Sutton for a 15, 20-yard gain, and we're moving the ball that way. That's over time you start to understand it, but it's also about trust. Trusting the process, trusting the game plan, the play call, trusting the offensive line, trusting your receivers that they're going to get it done. There was way too many times last year, Z, where Courtland's down the middle of the field and drops the football.
Yeah.
All right, Tyler Bidet, our third down back for some reason. All right, he's on the side where you can just do an easy, simple check down. He drops the ball. And, of course, the Joker, or supposedly the Joker, Evan Ingram, stretching the field but not catching the football. You have to be able to trust the process and trust your teammates in order for things to go right for you and for you to stay in that pocket. No doubt Bo Nix needs to stay in the pocket a bit longer, but also his superpower is his athletic ability right now, and he still needs to use those legs that God has given him so that you can extend the plays and that you can force the defense to come up a little bit more and say, hey, we're scared that you'll run the ball, and now you have easier throws down the field if you can do that.
Yeah, and with that in mind, Chris Sims expanded on Bo and his rushing ability.
Wait, you're too good of an athlete. Why are we hanging in there now? Right, so there's just a little bit of a feel that way, and I think that same thing that jumped out to me when you watch his reads down the field too. It's just a little bit at times. Wait, number one should be open right away, and he throws it, and it's like, damn, it's a car crash, right? Well, that wasn't the right read, or it's hanging on number one too long and not getting off of it to get to the next guy and just keep the offense in a good spot. They have too many spots throughout the year where you were like, wow, they look good for 2 drives. Okay, now they haven't moved the ball in 7 drives. Wow, they look good for a drive. They haven't moved the ball in 5 drives. And now, okay, we got hot for 2 drives. Okay, now we haven't moved the ball again. It's just a little all over the place that way. And I don't put that all on him, but he certainly didn't always help that, I guess, in that fashion.
And this is why I pay attention to Chris Sims' content, because he clearly works at it. Like, he is describing the Broncos offense perfectly.
Oh, he deep dives. He's watching film constantly.
Like, so he is describing that, like, often infuriating nature of Sunday afternoons and the boom or bust nature of the Broncos offense. Like, it's disjointed. Back-to-back drives, it can look like the greatest show on turf. And then it could also look like the 2000 Ravens offense. So, like, man, he nailed that. But a part of that has to do with Bo. And just, he used the word efficiency earlier in an earlier response. You could just, efficiency, yes. But you can almost replace it with consistency. And I think they mean, in this case, they're intended to mean the same thing.
No doubt, Bo Nix needs to be better when it comes to being consistent. Don't overthrow your receivers. All right, making sure on 3rd down you understand the sticks and you get to that 1st down marker, throw that 1st down ball so that you can move the chains and have more opportunities. But also, Z, it's on Sean Payton. Sean Payton, at times, he had it going on with the play calls, and there was other times where it's like, Sean, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah.
There's no consistency. It's very choppy. It seems like you're trying to figure out where the game plan is or how to read your script, which we know he had struggled and called a couple plays wrong.
Yep.
And I think this is where someone like Davis Webb, he's going to want to prove to everybody that he does belong as an offensive coordinator, that at some point he can be a head coach. So he's going to be one step ahead. He's young. He's going to be aggressive, but also he's going to know that he needs to run the ball. Lean on the run game.
Sure.
Let that open up the pass. Let that help you extend drives and extend plays so that you can have bigger plays in the 3rd and 4th quarter. I think all that goes hand in hand. And, of course, Bo Nix needs to continue to grow as a quarterback, as a leader of that team.
No doubt about it. No doubt. And in terms of the leadership, man, I think he's got that in spades.
Hands down. Come on.
He has always had that. I remember his rookie year talking about his quote-unquote CEO energy.
Yep.
Right? That has never been a question. Here's one more from Chris Sims talking about the Broncos need to take some of the pressure off of Bo Nix. Check this out.
They need somebody to take some pressure, and I think that's where Bo Nix maybe fell into the getting tricked a little bit at times too, to going like, okay, we haven't done it. It's been 3 and out. It's been 3 and out. Now I got to make a play. I got to do something. And it's like, oh, you tried to make a play. The play was there. Just run the offense, and you did that. And now it's 3 and out again. But I think anybody, you watch back their year, the offense was all over the place. The pass game was not consistent throughout. And yeah, there are games where you go, man, they can't do anything but throw it short. That's all they're doing. And then there's the next game where you go, man, nobody's open short, and yet they just had a few handful big plays down the field. But they go through some stretches of some, really underwhelming offense and pass offense during the year. And I would say with him, I feel like I might have watched more with him than anybody, because I was just like, so on the fence, and do I want to bump him up, and where do I go here? Ultimately, this is where he lands.
Well, I think it's fair. I think ranking Bo Nix ahead of guys like Brock Purdy, ahead of guys like Jalen Hurts, and I know there's a certain sect of Broncos country that insists that Bo Nix is a top 10 quarterback.
Some might say he's number 1. See, we know that's not the case right now.
Yeah, I just
earn it,
and that's right, and that's okay. Like, this is a young quarterback, young by NFL, time on task, standards.
Oh, like you, huh?
I have to
with age.
Hey. I didn't quite realize. Obviously, we knew Bo Nix was on the older side because of his time spent in college. He started the most games in the history of the sport. When you talk about red shirts and COVID years, and was it 63 starts? That's insane. But I also would be lying if it crystallized in my head that 8 months from now, Bo Nix is going to turn 27 years old.
Yeah, he's a grown man now, right?
He is definitely a grown man.
Might start growing some gray hairs, but For Bo, he's still young when it comes to the NFL.
Yeah.
Right? The experience is playing every single year, and every year you grow and you get older, of course, by age, but you grow as a player the more you play. So going into year 3 for Bo Nix, although he'll be 27 by the end of it, he's still growing as a third-year player,
totally,
or quarterback. And in the NFL, you got to play 3 years and 3 games for you to be considered a vet. That's what they do to you.
3 years?
3 years and 3 games.
Interesting.
So he's going to have to go through this whole season, and then next year, in his 4th year, play 3 games. Then they'll consider him a vet, and he'll be able to get what veterans get when it comes to, like, stuff off the field, when it comes to medical stuff, when it comes to years. So that's interesting that the NFL does that to you, knowing that you usually your average lifespan in the NFL is 2 years.
Yeah.
So they don't want to pay for it. That's why they're giving you the 3 years and 3 games.
Well, that's the NFL.
Cheapskate.
That's the NFL. Luckily, you're taken care of, right?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm gravy. Just fine.
All right.
CTE, but I'm good. Wrist hurts, but I'm good. Regen RX, there to help me out.
There you go. Well, we'll continue to analyze and talk about Bo Nix and the progression going into year 3 and look at lists like Chris Sims and hear from guys like Sims. And unfortunately, we just don't get to see Bo Nix for another couple months. You know, everyone else is going to be out there on the field starting on Tuesday, I believe.
Well, you saw Bo. He's in the Cabo right now, right?
He is.
On the sand, tending those cheeks. My man's going to be just fine. Ankle's going to be strong, Z.
I hope you're right.
I don't want you looking at his ankle during camp now.
You know what? I probably won't be able to take my eyes off it.
That ankle, just the size of that thing.
All right, shifting gears here. If you want to react to any of that conversation, you can hit us up on the RamosLaw.com text line, 303-713-1043. Also available to you is our YouTube chat presented by Champ Honda. All right, Von Miller. This guy is doing a full court press effort to get back to Denver, Colorado. We'll tell you what he said and talk about if this makes any sense at all. I smell disagreement coming. It's next.
After a stunning defeat at the hands of the Golden Knights, are the Avalanche facing a similar reality as their Ball Arena counterparts?
Here's the stark reality. The championship windows for these two teams have closed. And so both teams need to move on to different coaches. Both teams need to shake up their rosters. The Nuggets have already shown that they're not willing to do that. Now we'll see what the Avs do.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
June hits different at Coors Field. Great matchups all month long, including the Chicago Cubs and Boston Red Sox. And the vibes don't stop there. Score exclusive giveaways, City Connect hat, a first-of-its-kind Dinger bobblehead, a Rockies soccer jersey, and a Hawaiian shirt on Father's Day. Baseball at altitude. It doesn't get better than this. Make your summer count. We're here for the climb. Get your tickets now at Rockies.com/tickets.
Smart homeowners know that proper maintenance of their home's AC can save a bundle in the long run. Trust our comfort specialists at 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning to keep your AC running strong. A proactive tune-up can actually help your AC run more efficiently and save you money on your electric bill. Call 855-1-HOUR or visit onehourair.com. We won't leave you waiting. Sing it with me.
Always on time or you don't pay it time. Always on time or you don't pay it time.
Independently owned and operated, licensed in their respective state or county.
You could sleep through the night without thinking twice. You could take a seat in the middle of the theater. You could drive without worry of where the next restroom is. You used to say yes, and somewhere along the way, you stopped. Not because of one big moment, because of 100 small ones. A little more urgency, one more trip to the bathroom at 2 a.m., one more mental note about where the restroom is. It happened slowly enough that it just became you. But it's not you. It's enlarged prostate, and there's a treatment called aquablation therapy, the only ultrasound-guided robotic-assisted therapy for enlarged prostate. Find an aquablation therapist near you. Call Aquablation Denver at 720-637-9567, 720-637-9567. That's 720-637-9567. All surgical treatments carry risks, and results may vary. Side effects may include urinary symptoms, mild pain, ejaculatory dysfunction, or infection. In rare cases, complications to the urethra and rectum may occur. Aquablation therapy may not be right for everyone. Talk to your urologist to learn more. Visit aquablationdenver.com.
Don't care for my friends at Roller Auction, leader in Colorado auctions for over 50 years. And they have one of my favorite auctions that's open for bidding right now that's ending June 3rd. A government fleet vehicle and equipment auction. This has SUVs, sedans, pickup trucks, utility trucks, dump trucks, police vehicles, trailers, various municipality equipment, and so much more. Open for bidding right now only at rollerauction.com. That's rollerauction.com.
Denver Deck Builders is the #1 deck builder in Colorado. With me is the owner, Ron Gibbis. What is the advantage in building a new deck or replacing the old one?
If you were to spend $50,000 on a deck, probably increases the home value by $25,000 to $35,000. You will get some of it back when you sell the home. But do you want to use it to spend time outside with your family, with your friends, building memories and building relationships?
Start dreaming about your outdoor living space. Denver Deck Builders. Go to ddbonthefan.com.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here. General contractors, are you tired of working with 8 different subs for a single project? Homestrong is the answer. Their crews handle excavation, foundations, waterproofing, crawl spaces, and flat work. Visit buildhomestrong.com. You'll never go wrong with Homestrong.
We're living through a monetary crime scene, and your IRA or 401k is a key victim. Hi, Dr. Ron Paul here. In 1971, gold was $35 an ounce. After the dollar was cut loose from it, inflation soared. And in just 9 years, gold hit $850. People who diversified into precious metals survived and thrived. Today, we're in a worse position because we face inflation and massive debt. Fortunately, gold is still an option. My trusted friends at Birch Gold Group can help you own gold inside your retirement account. Plus, you pay 0 penalties on the transfer. Start now by getting a free info kit on gold. Text the word SECURE to 989898. We're facing the same monetary chaos as the 70s with significantly more debt. Get your free info kit from Birch Gold. Just text SECURE to the number 989898.
Hey guys, your boy Stink here. Are you considering GLP-1 injections for weight loss? Before you start, ask yourself this. Are you prepared to spend $3,000 to $5,000 per year and stay on the medication long term to maintain the results? Many prescription weight loss injections require weekly shots, and when the medication is stopped, weight regain is common. And here's something most people don't realize. Research shows a significant portion of weight loss can come from muscle, which may slow your metabolism and make keeping weight off even harder. At Colorado Fat Loss, they take a different approach. Their doctor-developed program helps men and women lose 20 to 40 pounds in just 60 days safely and naturally. No injections, no synthetic hormones, no long-term dependence. Instead, they use real food to reset your metabolism, control hunger and cravings naturally, and help your body burn fat, not muscle. Right now, you can schedule a free phone consultation to see if the program is right for you. Go to coloradofatloss.com. That's coloradofatloss.com.
Results may vary.
Now at McDonald's, everyone can get more of what they want, when they want it, with McValue. You can choose your wake-up call. You can choose your study meal, or even your drive-through dinner.
Ah, the sun is rising, and our breakfast prices are falling. Right now, get a sausage McMuffin, hash browns, and more for under $3 each. Limited time only. Price or participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
What's going on, everybody? Phillip Lindsay here. And if you need serious car repairs but don't want the hassle of a shop, All Points Automotive is 100% mobile. From engine rebuilds to transmission replacements and all the mechanical work you need, they come to you guys. To book your appointment, visit allpoints-automotive.com.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on 104.3 HD2, playoff basketball action continues as San Antonio faces OKC in Game 6, starting at 6.
Presented by Gebhardt BMW, your trusted family dealer since 1975.
It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The
openly pining to get back to Denver.
It has to be like double digits, at least 10.
Totally.
I'm saying at least 10. I mean, from his podcast to, people going to his events and him talking about the Denver Broncos, from him wearing a Pastor Tan T-shirt during the season.
Oh, my gosh, that's right.
I mean, damn. I know, Vaughn, you love it here in Denver, and Denver loves you, and you will retire a Denver Bronco, and hopefully they will retire his jersey, the 58 number, on top of retiring Terrell Davis's number 30. That one needs to be retired as well. Like, come on, guys, what are we doing? I'm glad I got to wear it, but now it's time to retire it.
Well, he will get his
you would think, right?
Jersey retired. That's another layer beyond like the Ring of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
Vaughn qualifies though. Like, I mean, this guy is an absolute legend. He's a first ballot Hall of Fame player.
Yeah, he's gonna be a Hall of Famer.
Jersey retired. Yeah, probably.
But so for me, it's like, why isn't Terrell Davis's jersey retired either? He's a Hall of Famer.
Great list. That's a great list. You just want 30 retired.
Yeah, I want an asterisk right there, Phillip Lindsay.
Almost like they have like Payton. It's like Payton's 18s. That's like Frank Tribuca.
I'm going to go get a fake gold jacket and put it on.
Yeah. He'll probably get his jersey retired, I would say, in time. But this is like probably the 5th or 6th time that Von Miller, like in a public setting, making his case why he belongs, back with the Broncos. And he was doing a Von's Vision event here yesterday.
Yeah, he loves the kids, just like ZB.
ZB does love the kids. He says, quote, "It still feels like home whenever I see the mountains, whenever I see the environment, right when I land. It doesn't feel like I left, so I would love to finish my career here." He also said, obviously, I wouldn't play special teams, which is just hilarious.
Mic drop.
He said, "But I will say the type of room that we would have, outside linebackers, me, Nick Benito, we would be a force. Whatever coach that we have going on, I would just contribute to all that. The defense that we will have. I would love to bring back those Super Bowl 50 vibes. I would love to assist and be the vice president to Bo Nix and Cortland Sutton," end quote.
I love it. Look at him.
Oh, my gosh.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful.
He is a trip, man. He finished up by saying, "I've been the guy, and I've also been the vice president as well. I would love to contribute to us getting back to the glory land and holding up that trophy and confetti falling again. For me, my whole entire life, I've helped our guys be the best version of themselves, and I would love to do that back here with the Denver Broncos back home," end quote.
Sign that man. I'm done. Just sign him.
Are you being serious or no?
I'm being serious. Just sign him a 1-year vet minimum deal.
Vet minimum?
Yeah, vet minimum. I mean, come on.
You think he's playing for a vet minimum?
I think so. I mean, he doesn't need any more money. Like he's done all he can do. Like, what are you going to give him? What does he want? If he truly wants to be a Denver Bronco, when they say, "Hey, we're going to give you a vet minimum dollar deal," you take it. You take it. You're a Denver Bronco, and then after the season's done, you retire. Sounds good.
Von ain't taking vet minimum money.
9 sacks last year with the Commanders, which is interesting.
That is honestly crazy. So Von Miller last year in Washington had more sacks than Jonathan Cooper did.
He did. So sign him. He can still play on third downs if you need him. You don't really have to put him out there as much as somebody thinks he should be out there. He could be a guy that's a healthy scratch at times if you don't think you need him.
Oh, you're going to healthy scratch him on game days. That should go over great.
Look, Z, if you're at the end of your years, do you really care? Like, you're going to,
But clearly he doesn't think he's at the end of his years. He's talking about him and Nick Benito being a force.
When he goes in there on a couple of those games, he just wants to come back. Bring him back.
Yeah, I can't co-sign it. And look, you don't sound like a crazy person.
Bring him home.
You don't sound like a crazy person. But I just remember his final year here, hearing that one of the main objectives of the coaching staff was keeping him away from the young players.
They had meetings with it, huh?
And, dude, I am not kidding. I just think Von is he just represents the past. He's talking about Super Bowl 50. That was over a decade ago. And look, I appreciate so much his love for Denver and wanting to come back, but there's just a little too much baggage. The culture is in such a good place here. It's been crafted just meticulously what kind of guys they want in here. And I'm not saying that Von Miller can't be a part of a winning team this coming year. I just don't think he should be a part of this team. It's this is about looking through the windshield and not the rear view mirror.
I get it. You don't like DJ Von the Don. You don't think he would be a good asset in the locker room. We get you. But what if that was Jokic? Your God, your Greek God. Your Serbian God. What if that was Jokic and Jokic leaves, goes to, let's just say, the Lakers, partners up with his boy Luka, and then at the end there says, you know what, I want to come back home. I want to come back home for at least 1 year. Nuggets are doing well. By that time, they're regrouping. They're doing well. They have a chance to win a championship.
So they're in a championship window.
Yep, just like the Denver Broncos
and this
are
is
right
like
now.
6-7 years from now.
Yeah. And he wants to come back home 1 more year. What you doing, Z?
I mean, if he was like a legitimate contributor, I would be open to it. But I don't think you craft.
He can come off the bench, right?
Yeah, for
even
sure.
If he contributes, he's coming off the bench.
For sure. I don't think you construct a roster in a championship window based on sentiment. And so if it made basketball sense to bring Jokic back in that scenario that you just painted, I'd be open to it. Jokic is actually, Jokic is not, some natural leader, just like Von's not. But I don't think Jokic could impact the culture in any way, shape, or form, where I think Von could. And I would just say,
Look, these are grown-ass men, Z. If you're letting another grown man tell you what to do, there's a big-time problem.
Well, there's also a reason why he has campaigned to this front office. He's serious. He has pitched George Payton about his fit back in Denver. And I think there's a reason why this organization has said, no, thank you. We appreciate what you did. Von is a great all-time player. But I don't think that the 2026 Denver Broncos, need Von Miller.
Look, I think that if Von Miller comes back to Denver and the Denver Bronco, it's going to be because something happened to one of the pass rushers in camp during the middle of the season. If Von has not been picked up yet because he's a free agent, you can go back and say, you know what, bring Von back. The fans will love it. He had 9 sacks last year. He's just a guy that you're putting in there for 1 year to kind of clog that hole because of an injury. I can see something like that happening.
Sure. No, you don't sound crazy. You don't sound crazy there. All right, we'll see how that eventually shakes out. I don't think Von's playing on vet minimum though, because here's the thing too. When you have 9 sacks, why would you?
Well, that's true. Because you have all the money in the world.
No, that's true.
Like taking care of it.
Well, there you go. If you actually want to be in Denver and you're open to play on vet minimum, maybe that changes the dynamic of the conversations. So it's just what matters most to Von. We'll see. All right. What did we learn today in Denver sports? That's how we'll finish up. Coming up next.
Summer is calling, and we're sending you to the lake in style. Download the Denver Sports app to enter our Day at the Lake contest for your chance to win everything you need for that perfect lake day. You get 2 paddle boards, 2 chairs, a cooler, pop-up tent, and Bluetooth speaker. Oh, and did we mention you also get a $250 gift card to fill up that cooler? Download the Denver Sports app now and enter today. We'll see you at the lake. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
What's going on, everybody? Phillip Lindsay here. And if joint pain is holding you back, then you need to sit down and hear me out right now. At Regen RX in Denver, they are on another level, guys. And they don't just do guesswork. They build a real plan for you. Maybe you just need Wharton's jelly to support the joints. Maybe it's the shockwave therapy that they have that can get the blood flow back going again. No matter what, they're going to sit you down and give you a 6-month booster to keep your results feeling elite. And the best part about going to Regen RX in Denver is their consultation is completely free. You heard me, no risk. So if you're dealing with degenerative joints or long-term pain, see if their stem cell therapy is the right move for you. It's about quality of life, guys. Staying explosive, staying active, and of course, staying present for your family. So give my friends at Regen RX a call today at 303-630-9770, or you can visit them online at regenrx.co. Again, that's regenrx.co, and let them know that Phillip Lindsay sent you.
Every day, cyclists across Colorado are seriously injured by careless drivers. I'm Rob Wilhite of the Wilhite Law Firm, and for nearly 50 years, my firm has been fighting to make those drivers and their insurance companies held fully accountable. We know these cases, we know how to win them, and we won't stop until we get you the maximum compensation you deserve. If you've been injured in a bicycle accident, call the Wilhite Law Firm today, 303-GOOD-LAW, or visit wilhitewins.com.
Hey, it's Mike Evans. Restore your bald spot, reverse your receding hairline, or add volume to thinning hair with the same simple one-day treatment I receive from Dr. Tanya Pauls of Advanced Hair. Your own natural hair begins regrowing the very next day, and your new hair is guaranteed to grow. Advanced Hair has changed tens of thousands of lives, including mine. For your free consultation, $250 off, and 250 free hair grafts, call 720-459-HAIR, advancedhair.com.
The AutoNation flash sale is on. For 1 week only, drive new and used cars with zero down, plus zero payments all summer long. We'll even buy your car and pay you top dollar on the spot. Don't miss it. Save on your favorite makes and models. Zero down plus zero payments all summer long. Go to your nearest AutoNation now. Less stress, more go. Appraisal subject to verification. 90 days to first payment on approved credit. Interest accrues from date of purchase. See store for details. Expires 5/31/26.
What's up, everybody? Cecil Lammy here for my friends, SodaDietAndNutrition.com. Listen, 5 years ago, I lost 60 pounds with soda, and I'm never going back. Haven't gained the weight back. Why? Because with soda, I learned how to eat, what to eat, and when to eat. And it's so fantastic to do weight loss the right way. There's no mystery pills. I'm not giving myself a shot, and there's no mystery chemicals that I'm putting into my body. This is knowing real food will bring you real results. And speaking of real, soda got me a real nutritionist, a personalized nutritionist that would work with me one-on-one via text when I had questions, concerned, and just sometimes straight up needed encouragement. Your weight loss journey, you've got a friend, you've got help, and that is Soda. They can be there for you just like they were there for me. I look and feel 10 years younger. I got my confidence back, and right now you can join Soda, and your partner joins for free. That's 2 people. Real accountability for the price of 1. Soda changed my life, and I thank them so much. SodaDietNutrition.com. Call them up 866-800-SODA, because soda is state-of-the-art.
When it's time to sell your home, you hope your agent knows the market, timing, pricing, interest rates, neighborhoods, staging open houses, understanding contracts, completing paperwork. Oh, and can actually help guide you on your big move. Don't hope, know. When you hire a Weichert agent, you can be sure you've got a partner who will guide you every step of the way, from listing to closing and everything in between. Weichert, dream, move, home. Each Weichert franchised office is independently owned and operated.
Wait, everything on this IHOP value menu is just $6?
I told you it was amazing. A huge plate of pancakes, bacon, and eggs is just $6.
Wow.
There's also French toast, a ham and cheese omelet, and oh, they got a BLT and fries now.
Okay, we're coming here every day.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Feast for just $6 with the IHOP value menu. $7 in some locations, available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
I need a little ranch, step to the ranch.
There's a new flavor in town, the Jalapeno Ranch Club at Chick-fil-A. With that juicy Chick-fil-A original spicy or grilled chicken, a buttermilk ranch bun, candied bacon, pepper jack cheese, and jalapeno ranch sauce. It's got big ranch vibes with a little heat. Chick-fil-A's new Jalapeno Ranch Club, available for a limited time only. Order ahead on the Chick-fil-A app.
Hey, Stoke here for ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Summer is coming in hot. Don't wait. Beat the rush with an early bird cooling system tune-up and inspection for only $49 from Rocks Heating and Air. They'll inspect your system and keep you cool when everyone else is scrambling. Call ROX Rocks Heating and Air today and schedule your tune-up before the end of May. Now play that jingle.
HVAC service, installation, repair. ROX Rocks Heating and Air.
Stream Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, Dover and Cecil, The Drive, and all your favorite shows on the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan app. Powered by Advanced Tax Solutions. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
All right, final segment here on a Thursday. What did we learn today in Denver sports? Anilo Piro stopping by. What up, AP?
What's going on, fellas? Still processing what we saw earlier this week with the Colorado Avalanche. It feels like you and I should be on our way to Ball Arena right now for Game 5.
Yeah.
Obviously, that is not the case, but life goes on, I suppose.
Yeah, the sun did come up today.
It did.
And but isn't that crazy? Like tonight should be Game 5. Like this past hour should have been a full-blown pregame show, and hightailing it down to Ball Arena. It's still impossible to reconcile. How did this series not get to a 5th game? That is psychotic and scarring. But we've talked about some of these dynamics. Jared Bednar and Anilo, we talked about throughout the afternoon, but every minute that goes by where we don't get an update on Jared Bednar, it probably means it's more likely that he's going to be back. Something that I mentioned to Phil, I'm wondering if you would agree with this, is that we have not been made aware of when the end of the season press conference is going to be. And if we got the email right now that the press conference is going to be on Monday, and we got press conference news before Bednar news, that would signal to me that Bednar would be back.
Yeah, I mean, I've been keeping my Friday open with the anticipation that maybe they do something on Friday when it comes to the end of season media availability. I think there's a couple things for that. I think it's Bednar. I'm not sure if you guys have talked about it, but some speculation about the future of Chris McFarland.
Yeah, we have
as well.
Yeah, it's in Nashville.
That's something that maybe factors into that decision. But guys, I've been on the record since the moment the series ended. Maybe not the moment, but when I woke up the next day, I'm pretty confident Jared Bednar is coming back, and that's not any reporting or sourcing. That's just my gut feel.
Yeah.
I know he's going into that lame duck year, but you're fresh off an incredible season. Obviously, it ends in complete shortcoming, but you're the best team in hockey, the favorites all the way around. I personally put a little bit more of the blame towards the players than I do the coach. I think Bednar obviously has to take his fair share, but also just knowing how the Rockies like to operate, they're not the Vegas Golden Knights. They're not gonna fire a coach for falling short of expectations or collapsing the way the Avalanche did. That's just, again, my pure hunch and expectation is Jared Bednar will be back, and I think as you're talking about with the media availability, that feeds into it as well.
Yeah, and it's about that 1 year left. I mean, it would be very unusual to watch Jared Bednar coach on the final year of his deal.
Very.
So, you can extend him.
Yeah.
You can move on from him. But I think the least likely scenario of those of the three is actually having him coach out the final year, because how does he feel about that? I just don't know how that's going to go.
Well, I think for Bednar, maybe he's like, hey, look, I know I got swept. I know usually in a situation like this, you do get fired. They don't want to fire me. Maybe Bednar wants to say, I just want to see this through one more year. And if it doesn't work out, I know I'm gone, and maybe he wants to be gone. It's like, I can't do anything with this, and I'm going to move on by go somewhere else. Maybe he doesn't want the extension. It goes on Bednar, too. He has to want an extension.
Man.
10 years with the Avs.
Yeah. It's a great run. It's a great run. I still think the door is open for him to be shown that door until we get to our final break tomorrow evening. Because there is also a scenario that there's some strategy involved here. People love Jared Bednar. The organization knows that. And if they're going to move on from him, we might find out at 6 o'clock tomorrow night. The same way we found out the Mikko Rantanen trade at 6:05 on a Friday evening. So, could the calculus be like a Friday news dump for a coach that a lot of people love? I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud here. But, Anilo, I don't know if you saw this, because this is even more unusual. Evan Rual put it out there this afternoon that the end of the season press conference isn't going to happen this week at all. It's going to be at some point next week, and that is just following the rhythm of how this goes. You lose on a Tuesday night. That press conference is typically Thursday or Friday. Now, waiting through the weekend and doing it next week, I do think that, and again, I don't know, but I think that there's a reason that is happening. That is a bit unusual.
Yeah, 100%, and I think it's both because of Bednar and Chris McFarland. Let's say Chris McFarland, just for conversation's sake, is in deep negotiations to go to Nashville.
Yeah.
You're going to roll Chris McFarland out there on a Friday, and he's gone on a Monday? Same thing if you're really pondering the decision about Jared Bednar. You're going to roll him out there and then, announce this or that, whatever it might be. I think there's some uncertainty about the head honchos for the Colorado Avalanche right now. So ultimately, we'll be able to hear from these guys at some point. I was expecting Friday all week, or not all week, but the moment the series ended, I was like, Friday's probably going to be the day.
Yeah, same.
The fact that hasn't been announced, and it according to Evan's reporting, it will be at next week at the earliest, I think shows you that there's some wheels in motion. I personally think it's more about C-Mac than it is Bednar, though. That's just my own personal hunch.
Yeah. I'm starting to think the same way, right? You have a bunch of smoke coming out about Chris McFarland moving on. You don't want him to move on because of what he has done here with the Avs in constructing this roster.
Well, here's the thing. If they don't want him to move on, they can block the interview.
That is true.
Think about what Vegas is doing. Think about this. And this is why people hate Vegas, and you should, because they do so many underhanded things, from the, long-term IR and the way that they've manipulated that, the way that they have, at one point in time, Vegas said they reassigned one of their goalie coaches when they actually fired him and they just lied about it.
Right.
They have been sort of seedy, but one of the things that they're doing now is they fired Bruce Cassidy and are not letting him interview other places.
Yeah, that's bullcrap.
Like, how is that even possible?
I don't know. Hockey, I guess.
How do you fire a guy and then block him from interviewing elsewhere? That is nuts. All right. Another thing that we did learn today, the passing of Claude Lemieux. And really, really horrible set of circumstances. He was just in Montreal this week firing up the crowd. And hours later, taking his own life at 60 years old. It is a horrible, horrible news story. He was here for over 4 years, over 100 goals, over 100 assists, a Stanley Cup champion, and just a horrible, horrible story that no one saw coming. And so with that in mind, maybe consider checking in on someone that you haven't checked in on in a while. Maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow morning. Shoot him a text. I got a text message today from a college teammate I hadn't talked to in about, 3 years. And he said, hey, just want to let you know you crossed my mind, and I hope you're doing great.
Simple.
It made my day.
Simple.
It took him 10 seconds. 10 seconds, So, all right, we're going to leave it there for now. We'll be back tomorrow at 2 o'clock, finishing the week in style. It's Denver Sports Tonight coming up next.
Parents, looking for a fun way to get your kid active this summer?
Are you kidding me?
Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan's third annual Be a Mentor, Be a Fan Youth Football Camp is back. Brought to you by Walmart. Saturday, June 27th at Denver South High School's All-City Stadium. Your child, ages 8 to 14, will learn the fundamentals of football in a safe, hands-on environment from people who played the game at the highest level. We're talking former Denver Broncos Mark Schlereth, Phillip Lindsay, and Brandon Stokely, along with a trusted coaching staff from Denver South. And every dollar raised goes to Big Brothers Big Sisters of Colorado. So your family is giving back just by showing up. Sign up today at denversports.com/camp. That's denversports.com/camp.
Getting a little older doesn't have to mean, well, getting older. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic. And if you're feeling low energy, can't sleep, can't lose weight, are struggling with brain fog, or your sex drive is off, it's time to change it up. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, our advanced medical strategies featuring TRT, GH peptides, NAD+, GLP-1s, PDA, and more treat low T and other hormonal issues to help you shed pounds, have more energy, enhance your body composition, improve sleep, increase your sex drive, and so much more. Getting you back in the game again. So don't be older. Be stronger in the gym. Be sharper at work. Be better in the bedroom, and be more confident in every part of your life. So call us today and find out how our advanced treatment strategies could change the game for you. Your first visit is just $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on one of our advanced treatment plans on the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Featured therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details.
In a city full of choices, your savings destination is Groove Toyota, the oldest family